Technical difficulties.
We can do what's Hondo on the mic from Leo's Paradise. Random stream drop like a Dragon Ball fight. No lie, plan stream stacking up, but here's a twist in time. Freestyling on the deck like Luffy's punchlines. Up the channels faster than Zoro sword swings. Gaming pop culture, it's the chaos he brings. Talking movie reboots, superhero hype. Hondo passing the mic, now Bishop's in sight. Cutting clutch clean, frame by frame, I align. Laying bass lines heavy, keep the rhythm divine. Jumping fire videos, can't keep up with the pace. Pass the mic back, Leo's leading the chase. Off the rails, no script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Playing a knob, Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life. No script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Planning on, Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life. The rails, no script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Planning on, Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life.
Welcome back to the Countercast. How are all you vital idols doing? I have no idea what happened to that intro there. After the countdown, went to play the intro song, and it was just like, StreamYard cannot play this video. I was like, what the fuck happened? And I replayed it again, and it worked. So, yeah, now I know how Hypno feels when shit gets fucked up at times. But, yo, what is up, everybody? How you doing? We got a hell of a show for you. You notice a distinct lack of big titty dragon goddesses. And, yeah, she's out with family, just like she was for Neon Leon. She will supposedly be back tomorrow for tinfoil haters, but because of that, I had to get me a co-host. And I figured I've done so many alternative big titty female co-hosts lately. Thank you so much, Savvy. That I needed to Sevy, needed to get myself some homies in the chat. And because of that, my partner in crime, my fellow tinfoil hater, Sammy 3P. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
Hi, cuties. It's me, Cinevere. I'm Sammy 3P, Detroit-based musician, but also fellow tinfoil hater. You can find me on all platforms at Sammy 3P.
Do you always say it like that, or are you still mimicking Cindy? She's like, you can find me on all platforms at Cinevere. I don't know if that was intentional, or if you always say that. I've never noticed.
I might have just picked it up from her, but no, I wasn't.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, today's gonna be a fucking awesome show. The internet has been just eviscerating MrBeast. It has been awesome to see. But it's not all fun and games. So we've also got the death of free speech due to the fact that Discord is going public. And if we have time, we'll also cover the UK anti-radicalism video game, which is a radicalization video game. So needless to say, we got some wild shit for y'all. Before we do, we had a pre-stream legend up in this bitch. Piranha coming in saying, let's go, Leon. Well, shout out. Let's go to you as well. Completely appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Fuck one of the robot dogs.
I have no idea why that is relevant, but I figured people need to know. We got Spectral Heartless in the house. How you doing? UAF Omega. Hopefully you're still with us. I know 30 minutes is a long time. Hopefully you didn't look into the abyss long enough to see the abyss stare back, and that you can just ingratiate us with your presence. We got Dax and our best model in the whole damn land. The true Aztec warrior is here. Future over you. Shout out to the IRL best, aka Paul Gal Carrymon up in this bitch. Shout out Gal Carrymon. I be the EB. What is up, my man with a plan? We got a boy Hypno in the chat. Hypno emojis in the chat, everyone. You'll love to see it. Again, thank you so much, Piranha Pouch. Eagle Lord 9898. What is up to you, good sir? Thallow Greenskin says Grunts of Paradise. Don't lump me in with those blacks. Don't for a moment lump me in with the black. You see how pristine this is?
Like a porcelain doll.
Like a porcelain doll. Little Miss Anonymous saying me, howdy, y'all. How you doing, LMA? Matt Fun and Cool is here. Shout out, Matt. Johnny, what is up, my man? What a plan. You'll love to see it. Sammy, of course, will be talking to you guys in the comments. Alex Darby is here. Much love to you as well. You absolute fucking legend. A lovely Sherry changes the profile picture yet again. Again, looking lovely as ever. What is up, girly? And that is it. Sammy, anything interesting or just that you want to tell us before the show gets started? Should we just get into the content proper? Any little anecdotes before we talk about Mr. Beast?
No, like I said, you seem pretty excited to tell me not. This is the first time I've ever had a host tell me not to research a subject because the payoff is going to be
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
I want to get like your authentic thoughts and beliefs and like just see what your reaction is to Mr. Beast crashing out. So before we get into that, what do you know about the Mr. Beast anime sort of scenario here?
He made a very touristy comment about One Piece a little bit ago, and people kind of jump up his ass, but everybody jumps up his ass because he's on top, right? So like I don't really have, that's here nor there. The guy's opening up a theme park in Saudi Arabia, nothing weird going on there, but no, it's I thought he just made a comment. It was like, should I start watching One Piece or something like that, or
Well,
like
he made the comment. So nothing's been confirmed, or at least last I checked, it hadn't been confirmed. But it hadn't been confirmed. He's promoting the live action One Piece, which, mind you, nothing wrong with that. Getting big influencers and whatnot to promote your product, that's completely normal. I'm a big fan of the live action One Piece. I'm a big fan of One Piece in general. Believe it or not,
better live action adaptations.
Yeah, I completely agree. The outfit wasn't planned in any way, shape, or form to be talking about One Piece. It just so happened I was already wearing this, but it really checks out. So, yeah, I got no issue with influencers and whatnot. However, he had been talking about should I get into One Piece when previous posts from like a couple years ago had talked about how he really enjoyed and really loved One Piece. You're like, wait, these two things ain't congruent. Now, this is a couple weeks ago. He started being called out for being a tourist. So a couple of days ago, he released this short little video right here. And let me tell you, it only gets worse. But before we get into the fallout from this, I need your thoughts on this.
A couple tweets about you saying, should I watch One Piece? All right.
Yeah.
Did you actually go and watch One Piece?
Yes. Oh, bro. Two things before I answer that. Holy shit. The One Piece fan base can be so toxic. They're like constantly like he's not actually watching it. He's just trying to latch on to our anime to milk us for our audience and blah blah. Let me say something, and it probably is a negative for me to say this, but I've seen more.
I just want to let everybody know it is in fact a negative for him to say what he's about to say. Like, you ever see I'm
not gonna lie though, man. There are some hard hitting people in the One Piece fan base. I remember saying how much I love One Piece, and then at the time my handle was Obi-Wan Shinobi, and they're like, "You're clearly a Naruto fan because it says Shinobi in your handle," and I was like, "So I can't enjoy pirates too?"
It was I like Naruto and One Piece. Now I like One Piece exponentially more, but I like fucking both. No, this is at this moment he knew he fucked up moment because he said this is probably wrong for me to say. Listen to what he says.
More anime than all you little anime clowns with your anime PFPs on Twitter out there. I have like go dig through my Twitter. I've got Guardians of the Galactic Hero. I was tweeting about that back in 2019, 7 years ago. I've been tweeting about anime since.
I want to just inform you all of something. Did you hear the name of the anime that he just said that he had watched?
Yes.
What was it?
Guardians of the
Yes, Guardians of the Galactic Heroes. Now I would like to inform all of y'all, and in case you're unawares, there is no anime called Guardians of the Galactic Heroes. There's an anime called Legend of the Galactic Heroes, and you might think, oh, whatever, honest mistake. No, Legend of the Galactic Heroes is known as one of the single greatest anime of all time. It started in, I believe, 87. Never got an English release because there is over 300 main speaking roles. It spans like 150 something episodes, not including all the OVAs and whatnot. It is a enormous undertaking. It's arguably the most elitist anime of all time. And then on top of that, it is such a complex space opera. It makes Star Wars look like it is like Barney or Teletubbies. Now, it's actually it's in my top 3 favorite anime of all time. But the point is, if he's calling it Guardians of the Galactic Heroes, You're already off to a bad start. Now, there was a remake around 2019, so maybe he's retweeting about that, but the remake was dog shit. It was it's one of the worst anime I've ever fucking seen. So even if he's talking about the remake, that just goes to show his tourist status.
Yeah.
Before some of you motherfuckers were born. Okay, so first off, back off, call me a phony, trying to bandwagon on One Piece for attention. Y'all are crazy. I've watched all 700 episodes of Naruto. It's ridiculous.
A couple tweets about you saying, should I watch One Piece?
That was his response to the One Piece fandom and to the anime fans at large, calling him a tourist. What are your thoughts and how well do you think that went over?
That is like the equivalent of the anime equivalent of I'm not racist, I have a black friend.
Right. Okay, that's a good way to put it. He got awful fucking butthurt. So we got Marshall Beaumont here. Now I'm not sure who Marshall Beaumont is. I've only recently found out about him because he's been, covering this sort of stuff on X. Apparently he's like an anime streamer, Marshall the Crusade, sci-fi streamer, space marine, but he covers a lot of anime stuff. At least that's the way it makes it seem like from his tweets. So he said, "Be MrBeast." Now, also I want to point out, 18.4K followers and roughly, about the same on his streaming. So like, by no means is he like a failure or anything, but he's a small fish in the sea compared to somebody like MrBeast. So he says, "Be MrBeast, pretend to be an anime fan to promote live action Netflix One Piece slop." Again, I disagree. It's not slop. It's actually great. But people call you out on being a tourist, make an own video to dunk on the weebs, immediately start by watching watching a lot of anime as a social negative, ridicule actual anime fans as not being real fans compared to you, mention you watched Guardians of the Galactic Heroes. Legend of the Galactic Heroes fans collectively cringe. Again, understandably so, as a Legend of the Galactic Heroes fan. Certainly a strategy he could have not taken. MrBeast responded to this.
Oh no, bro!
All caps. "This is slander. Call me weird, call me lame, but don't call me a fake anime fan. I've literally watched countless anime. Y'all whack as hell. Here's a list of some of what I've seen on the top of my head. This blasphemy needs to stop." Now, before we get to his list, we're not calling you weird. We're calling you lame. It's the opposite. We're calling you a fucking poser because you and many other like you are the type that have called us weird and us lame for God knows how long for liking anime.
Yeah, you know what? I think we've talked about this on this show a couple of times. Where were these angels when I was in high school? Like,
Right.
I got shit on for loving comic books in anime in high school, and I was on the football team. I was like, I wasn't just, I considered myself like a well-rounded. Even then, that aspect, people would still make fun of me for it. Now that it's in the mainstream, it's okay for everybody to, back this horse. But like, no, people our age who like grew up liking like anime and comics, like you had to suffer for your craft.
Dude, I'm right there with you. So, and when I was in high school, unless they've been beaten, which to be fair, it's been like, 13, 14 years. There's a good chance they haven't beaten. But at the time I was in high school, I set fucking records for the track team, name on the plaque in the fucking gym and everything, have multiple gold medals. I was a fucking soccer star in high school. Still had to sit with the fucking nerds and theater kids because I liked anime and comics and shit. So I don't want to hear, I 100% get what you're saying. So then MrBeast comes,
but also like I'm from seeing the list, I also know that when he was in college, I just inherently know this. Every single beer that he tried, he put up on his mantelpiece. Like, okay,
yes, he is absolutely that sort of person. Now let's take a look at his list. Anime I've seen: Naruto, Code Geass, Frieren, Steins Gate, Attack on Titan twice. Now, it's interesting he watched it twice. It only recently ended. And I would think that a like billionaire or whatever would have too much time to sit and watch like 4 or 5 seasons of an anime twice through. Hunter x Hunter. Again, Guardians of the Galactic Heroes. So it's not even like he misspoke in the video. Doubles down in this, calling it Guardians of the Galactic Heroes as opposed to Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Koei no Kachi, Your Name, Megalobox, My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, Solo Leveling, Promised Neverland, Death Note, Your Lie in April, Parasite, Erased, Akame ga Kill, Gundam, Iron Blood. So can't even spell Gundam properly. It's Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans, but Gundam Iron Blood,
not a
Hell's
great
Paradise, Kabanari of the Iron Fortress. Yeah, this is basically you ever seen the movie High Fidelity with John
Yes.
Cusack? One
Yes.
of my favorite movies of all time. I adore that movie. And do you remember the scene where Jack Black's like top 5 top 5 albums go? And and John Cusack lists off like 4 new hip underground things, and then he like one super popular. It's like, oh, a bunch of new underground stuff with the old classics slide in. That way people can know that you're not a fake. I dig it. I see what you're doing. That is the vibe I'm getting from MrBeast right here. He throws in all this normie shit, and solo leveling, Death Note. But then he'll throw in the occasional is like, oh, here's again, Kaminari, not even Kaminari, Guardians of the Galactic Heroes, and shit like that. It's so performative. So yeah, when looking at this list, what are your thoughts?
Okay, one, I can say that I've seen a lot of the anime on here, and I still consider myself like just past tourist. Like, like not there's certain things that I like, there's certain things that I don't like. I don't consider myself like, I consider like you and Serranos, guys like that, you know what I mean? It was like, I'm not, you guys are on like a different level. Do I consider myself like entry level? No. I've seen Prison School. We know what's up. But no, I'm saying, I'm just above tourists. And he's mentioned, oh, you've seen Death Note? You and everybody else. My grandmother watched Death Note before she died.
Right.
Okay?
Death Note's like Death Note and Cowboy Bebop are the anime that non-anime fans watch. Like,
yes.
Now the comments get even better.
Oh, thank God.
Because again, this is from quite a while ago. He says, so someone asked, what the best of these, big 4 are, really the big 3 plus, Godfather, Dragon Ball. Or they asked what the worst was. Sorry, he says it's obviously Bleach. Well, this is his list of everything he's watched. Because where's One Piece, Bleach, and DBZ? It's an excellent question. None of those are on your list except for Naruto, but you put them here as to which ones are the worst and best. Guardians of the Galactic Heroes. They threw in Chris Pratt's face. By the way, guys, I could not recommend this anime more. It's one of the greatest of all fucking time.
As a matter of fact, you recommended it to me. I
recommend this to anybody who wants to be an actual anime elitist.
Yeah, you've recommended this to me. I think you recommended it to me on stream when we were talking about it. When we were talking about the tampering of like anime culture and everything. This is one of the ones that came up. This is one of the ones.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. So while this is my 3rd favorite anime of all time, I would make the case that this is the best anime of all time ever made. Single. If you're like, hey, what is the greatest anime ever created? I would say Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Like, again, while it's not my favorite, if I'm being objective about best, it is this anime right here. Real quick, we got a boy Cryptic Manga coming in with a 2-banger. So his anime lists are things that are on Netflix. Bingo, bango, bongo. Exactly. Hawaiian Berserk on the list. Easiest way to bait the beast. People are they're roasting him. It's okay, bro. We believe you. Again, just fantastic fucking troll work here. So Marshall comes in again. And so I wasn't expecting you to even find that thread, let alone reply to it. But your reply tells me all I need to know. Rather than brush my post off and say nothing or call me retarded or something, you sent this, a list of mostly entry-level shonen slop, a few bangers, and some ridiculous typos. What's telling to me is how the list feels constructed based off looking at popularity polls rather than watching them. You probably rewatched the clip just to include Guardians of the Galactic Heroes, Legend of the Galactic Heroes, by the way, to appear consistent. You can't even spell Gundam right. Probably wrote it down because Iron-Blooded Orphans is a popular entry-level series for the franchise at the moment. Assuming you wrote this at all and didn't pay someone else to do it, that's the scathing part to me. Before we get, what are the odds you think he paid somebody to make this list for him?
Oh, I don't doubt it. The guy's got so many assistants and everything. I'm sure he has somebody on staff who is not a tourist and was just like, "Hey, make me a list. I'll buy you lunch. I'll give you one of my my moldy Lunchables."
Right. Yeah. I'll give you some Feastables or whatever they're called, and I'll pay you fucking 10 grand to write down I'll pay you $1 grand per anime on the list. Too bad he didn't put the caveat that, you have to spell it properly. The TLDR here is that your list doesn't feel genuine, and the fact that you need to post it to disprove some small-time nobody streamer tells me my entire post rattled you severely. It hit close to the mark. You're a tourist. That's the final word. And that is this last part. The fact you need to post it to disprove some small-time nobody streamer tells me my original post rattled you severely. That's the big one. Like, if this dude wasn't,
now that you mentioned it, the list, I'm sorry, the list is kind of all over the place. You know what I mean? It does kind of feel like, I don't know who said it in the comments. It was like, oh, this is what was available and what's trending on Netflix. So like with me, right? Like, I'm a comic book guy. I love horror and stuff. So like, animes like, what is it? Not Psycho. What's the one?
Mob Psycho 100.
No, not it's almost like a Hannibal Lecter like character. It came out in like 2004.
Monster.
Yeah. So you'll see things like Monster, and then even though like it's cliche, Death Note, and you see stuff like that. I love some good horror anime. I love stuff. I love true crime, things like that. But yeah, you'll see a bunch of shonen slop because I love superheroes. So obviously, I'm gonna blow through things like My Hero and Naruto and Dragon Ball because like they fit that category. Like Black Clover would be another one. It just resonates with me because like I like those type of stories. They're superhero stories. You know what I mean? There's like no rhyme or reason for a couple of those to be on there. Now, granted, some people watch things to expand their horizons, and not everything that I watch is just because I like those genres, but they tend to all go in a certain direction. This was kind of like he put a bunch of popular anime on a board and just started throwing darts at it.
Right, exactly. And like, look, I'm somebody that I used to watch anything, everything anime just because I was an anime fan, right? Because when you're young and you're into it, when you're young, everything is good. You don't really know what is and isn't good. People that grew up in the 90s that were kids probably liked the Clone Saga and Spider-Man. Hot take. Yeah. I liked the Clone Saga and Spider-Man because I'm a child of the 90s. Like, but objectively, it's not very good. People, the point is, when you're young, everything's good. When you go back and rewatch a lot of this stuff, or when you watch new things as an adult with a critical eye, you realize that most anime is like most other media in that most of it actually kind of is mid at best to fucking sucks. Like, whether it be movies or music or video games, the most art is mid to bad, and that's what makes the good stand out as being good. However, if you only know the good shit, how do you know it's good shit unless it's just, again, you're going off fucking popularity, right? I'm watching an anime I'd never seen before right now called Boogie Pop Phantom. I'm watching it last night, and I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying this. I dig it. It also seems like it's stealing a lot from Serial Experiment Slaying and Perfect Blue, but the atmosphere is good. Music is fantastic. Like, I've still got about 3 episodes left before I finish it. But I'm comfortably sitting right now that it's like probably roughly a 7 out of 10. I mean, an actual 7, not an IGN 7. But again, I'm watching an anime called Boogie Pop Phantom. It's from the year fucking 2000. So we've got like MrBeast out here being a tourist, being called out for being a tourist, and he reacts like somebody who's being called a fucking tourist. It is, it's incredible. Dude is losing his shit over. Again, if you want to get that bag as a streamer, as a personality, as an influencer or whatever, and do promos for the new live action One Piece, dude, that's cool. I'm pro-capitalist. Do your thing. But let's not pretend that the multi, millionaire, billionaire, whatever he is, like you said, opening a theme park in Saudi Arabia, whose whole thing is like being as big personality. Yeah, now you're getting called out for faking that personality for clout. And believe it or not, we don't like it when people try and usurp our culture and communities and fandoms for shit that we actually love that's going to effectively treat like property value and drive down the value of it because everyone can see through, like what a fucking liar you are. It's not like, Vin Diesel has a known history of actually being a nerd prior to being an actor. Henry Cavill has a known history of being a nerd prior to being an actor. Has anyone ever heard things like that about MrBeast?
No.
Like, he got big doing Minecraft stuff on YouTube. That's the most normie thing you could have done in that era of YouTube.
Yeah, it really is milk toast, and you know what? And that's a lot of the things that they attribute Mr. Beast with being. That's not necessarily a bad thing either. It had to be somebody, right? But it's also, dude, you're a multimillionaire. At some point in time, you know you're one of the biggest names on the internet. I would have thought that you might have developed a thicker skin on this.
Right.
Now, yeah, and you know, in the best part about stuff like this is you can work on it. It was like, you know, when I started watching like movies and listening to music and, you know, absorbing pop culture, I was a newbie just as anyone else.
Everyone starts off as a tourist, right?
Yes.
It's the idea is how far are you willing to go to actually ingratiate yourself within the culture, within the fandom, to actually become a real fan, or are you going to try and change it to fit your needs? Now, I noticed there's a distinct lack of anything that isn't, at least by and large, normie slop, which means guess what? You're a tourist, which is all well and good. Everyone starts off like that, but you don't get to make that video of being like, I've seen more anime than most of you little shits, and I've been watching it before you were born. It's like, sorry, homie. I don't know how old MrBeast is. I'm going to assume we're both a bit older than him, but I can certainly tell you that if that be the case, I was watching anime before he was born, and I've got a much, much more varied list than he does. Cryptic Manga says, I have yet to watch Sentenced to be a Hero. I watched it last night, actually. Watched the first episode last night. Here are my honest thoughts on Sentenced to be a Hero, because I know it's a big anime that's popping off right now, and everyone's really enjoying the first episode. It's not usually, it's not my kind of anime, at least that sort of genre, that like edgy, super like cool, power fantasy. Everyone's overpowered. So far, there's not a lot of stakes. Like that sort of thing usually isn't my thing, but it was beautifully animated. And the last couple of scenes of the episode did make me think there will this might be worth it. There might actually be more than just I'm a badass, edgy power fantasy stuff. There actually might be some stakes, some emotional hooks. If it delivers on what it hints at by the end of the first episode, then I'm all in. So I'm trepidatious as of now, cautiously optimistic. But yeah, Sentenced to be a Hero. That first episode is worth the watch. Let's just hope it doesn't fall into the traps that a lot of exactly. It's mid so far with potential, is what I'll say. It's mid, but
I always wait until there's a bit of a cushion because I just can't watch one episode of something.
Well, the first episode's an hour long. It's an hour long special. So there's
okay. Well, that's different because a couple of people have suggested, you know, that I like it because I do like overpowered bombastic shit like that. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a child when it comes to those things, and I enjoy overpowered characters being overpowered.
Which, and again, nowadays it's a genre I used to love when I was growing up and whatnot. Nowadays it's just they all feel so samey that I don't get anything out of them. But again, by the end of the episode, there is enough that makes you think, okay, maybe this is actually going to be different. Because
it's like Dragon Ball Super, right? It was like how much more insane can the stakes possibly be? It was, you know what I mean? Like it has gotten to a point where like death is meaningless. And like you are on such a multi-dimensional level, like what could the next echelon be? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't.
Right, there's got to be a cap at some point.
Yes.
He says Leon prefers romance, slice of life. Look, if the romance or slice of life are good, absolutely. Like with all genres, those ones are very played out and they've got a lot of just slop to them, just same old. But I do love good romance. I love good slice of life. I do love good sci-fi, good horror, things to that effect. But yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I mean, I'm quite the fan of romance anime. But yeah, that being said, I
just thought of this too about MrBeast. And I always use like the, you know, diehard fan bases are, so if you would have came in and not taken this disingenuous standpoint and said, you know what, you guys caught me, like I'm a tourist, what are some good ones to watch? Not only would it have been flooded, so like anybody that I've ever met, I'm not very familiar with like Warhammer lore, right? All my buddies who play it, if I sat down and was like, hey guys, I'm thinking about getting into it, they would sit me down for like 7 hours and get me on board because they love that IP and they want to share it and everything. Right. But if I came in and said like, I know all about Warhammer, you guys are just wrong, they would have been like, no, dude, you're a Taurus, fuck you. And you know, and then they would treat me like the clown that I am. So it was like he could have used this you know, as a tool to like branch out even further, even though he's like the biggest fucking YouTuber on the planet, and actually like garnered good faith with the anime community.
Okay, and there it is, the good faith, because the reason people watch YouTube, the reason people watch content creators, by and large, is for authenticity. And to be fair, I am willing to bet. Now, I don't watch MrBeast. I've seen one MrBeast video in my entire life. It was the one where like he cured like 100 people's blindness or something like that. And I remember there was a lot of controversy around it. People saying like he was doing it for clout, and I was like, there was a big hullabaloo, so I watched it. But by and large, the vibes that I get from MrBeast is that even if he was authentic at one point, that's gone now. So I don't know, aside from like the fact that he's super marketable because he's the biggest of all time, I don't know where the charm in his, you know, sort of videos and his persona and whatnot come from. Whereas if he were to be humble and trying to ingratiate himself with the community, that sort of authenticity is something that people would have responded positively to. I think you're entirely correct.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. He has the spice of a mayonnaise sandwich. I have no idea what everybody sees in Mr. White Bread over here, but that's here nor there. You know, he has an army of 12-year-olds that will argue otherwise. I don't get it. He seems, for the most part, like a decent dude. Like, yeah, he bought all those kids hearing aids and shit, and you know, and even then people give him garbage, but that's the internet, right? I just think this was a completely wrong way to go about it. And you kind of get what you deserve on it, you know.
Roy White Vagabond for a 5-banger says, did you see him struggling to name his top 3 anime? No, I did not. I will need to look that up later. Which, by the way, should be easy to do. Sammy, ask me my top 10 anime.
Your top 10 anime, sir.
Psychopaths, Irresponsible Captain Tyler, Dirty Pair, Cowboy Bebop, Berserk, Rurouni Kenshin, Carol and Tuesday, Legend of the Galactic Heroes, Beck, Mongolian Chop Squad, and the entire Dragon Ball franchise. Bingo, bango, bongo, just did 10. Why? Why was that easy to do? Because I'm a fucking anime fan. So, and you know, someone has seen nearly 400 different fucking animes. So there's that as well.
Yeah,
it's
you do.
Very easy to make the top 10 list.
Also, Vagabond's up there. Vagabond's been turning me on to a lot of great stuff. I don't know. Shout out to him. He's got I Swear It's Not Hentai. Great show.
Wait. Oh yeah. His show. Is where I was not hit. I was very confused. I was like that because that could actually be the name of fucking like anime series. That sounds like something.
No. Every single time I go on that show, I leave like wanting to watch like 10 more anime because like he has a genuine love for this art style. So you know he's a great person to follow on that. So
Rodimus Prime says Dragon Ball is overrated. I don't think you know what the term overrated means. Once you create the genre-defining work that inspires every single other, follow-up, whether it be Yu Yu Hakusho or One Piece or Naruto or every shonen that came after, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's actually rated exactly where it should be rated. I mean, something overrated means it doesn't deserve to have the praise it gets. But you wouldn't have 90% of post-Dragon Ball shonen if not for Dragon Ball. So no, I think that's actually perfectly rated.
There's a reason. There's a reason that Goku's always being pitted against Superman.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like people compare Goku and Superman for a reason. But yeah, that's really all we've got on the MrBeast stuff. I guess one additional thing is that, again, he's not taking this well, and people are capitalizing on it. He got exposed. Anime tourist MrBeast attacked Pippa. Didn't end well for him. 113,000 views. MrBeast anime tourist situation got even worse. 29,000. MrBeast called out the anime community. He's mad. 61,000. Like, yeah, people are roasting him. MrBeast made an anime. I mean, it's just. It's not going well for the guy, and frankly, I'm living for it. I love the fact that MrBeast is getting called out for being fake, for being a shill, because honesty is currency when it comes to social media, when it comes to YouTube. When it comes
and this could have been an easy W.
Absolutely could have, but in true MrBeast fashion, he failed because he couldn't be seen as imperfect. Alrighty. Now that we've got the fun shit out the way, friend of the channel, to quote my boy Sammy Threepeat, dropped a video yesterday. Discord answers to shareholders, not you. Guys, we're in for a very worrisome future when the idea of Discord going public. Because when a company goes public as opposed to staying private, the idea is they answer to shareholders. And yeah, you can buy shares and you can be a shareholder, which hypothetically means you have say. But it really doesn't, because if BlackRock or State Street or any of these large investment firms buy up 50% of the shares, they dictate how the company is ran. So let's watch this, see what our boy Real Life Fake Wizard has to say. Sammy, when you want to pause, have some commentary, say the word, and let's get into it.
Hello.
Sounds good.
I am the Real Life Fake Wizard. On January 6th, 2026, Discord confidentially filed for an initial public offering in the United States. If you use Discord, and with over 200 million monthly active users, statistically, a lot of you do, this matters. Maybe not today, maybe not right away, but eventually this is going to change how you use the platform. Sources are now suggesting the IPO could happen as early as March 2026. Valuation estimates range from $5 billion on the conservative end to $25 billion if investors are feeling optimistic. So let's talk.
Let's stick with a conservative number, right? Say $5 billion. If they're going public and people invest in anywhere, let's stick with the low end, the $5 billion. That's a lot of money for you to not get your way or to keep the platform exactly as it is. This Discord, and again, by extension, the way we communicate on the internet is fucking cooked. I can't. I love having a Discord. I love that we can build the Vital Idol community in our Discord. I'm genuinely concerned for the future of said Discord because, let's be real, we use it to get wild and rowdy.
Yeah. I can't see how it's not cooked. I can't see how it's not cooked. And anyone who wants to argue that it's no big deal, I mean, and things like that can't be affected. They obviously haven't gone on, they didn't go on Twitter between 2016 and 2022.
Right. Like, you're going to see the exact same thing. The level of infiltration from, in fact, I believe someone earlier said it. Yeah, IB the EB said it. Discord will become the new Reddit, a CIA leftist sewer. And that's assuming that it's not already. We already know that, there have been sting operations and whatnot that have been conducted via Discord. And if you're doing illegal shit in the on Discord, if you're using it for illicit stuff, by all means, there's valid reason. However, that is going to be used and reframed as a way to justify all of the actions that will reduce our freedoms on the platform. BlackRock gets his grips on Discord. You'll have to choose your favorite trans just to log in. Mine's Leon, by the way. Good save. So yeah, anything to add before we keep going?
No, I completely agree.
About what's happening, why it's happening, and most importantly, what it means for you and I as users. Today's indie game shoutout is Rhymebeard, a grid-based puzzle game where you create, remove, and push blocks of ice strategically to extinguish all flames in each level. Over 70 levels are waiting to be solved in this Sokoban-style puzzle game based on an NES classic. To learn more about this game and hundreds of other indie games, visit our indie game discovery platform, fakeportal.com, or
shout out, by the way, to Fate Portal. It's awesome. Everybody needs to sign up, use it. If you are a supporter of the indie scene, it is probably the best way to discover new indie titles.
Scan the QR code.
I might actually download that game. This reminds me of Snow Brothers.
That might be the game he's referring to. It says based off of an NES classic. So
on your screen. Now back to the video. Here's what we know. Discord filed confidentially with U.S. regulators to begin the IPO process. They're working with Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan Chase, two of the biggest investment banks in the world. The filing is confidential, which means the detailed financials aren't public yet. No confirmed valuation, no confirmed data, no guarantee they'll actually go through with it. But here's what's new. Sources are now pointing to
he says no guarantee they'd actually go through with it. And on paper, that is true. And I know that's why he's saying it on paper. That's true. But let's be real. What would be their incentive to not go through with it? There's no reason not to, so far as I can see.
Well, and once you get with these things, people have to understand the amount of paperwork and stuff that once you get the ball rolling enough for them to announce something like that publicly, there's no way it's not happening. It would take
Exactly.
something absolutely catastrophic to stop the wheels in motion now.
Correct.
A Q1 2026 listing, potentially as early as March. If that timeline holds, we could see a public S1 filing next month revealing Discord's financials for the first time ever, which is huge. The company hasn't officially confirmed any of this yet. Their spokesperson said the priority remains, quote, delivering the best possible experience for users and building a strong, sustainable business. Yeah.
If you wanted to do the best possible, user experience, you would stay private, because that is what gives users the best. Like, why can Steam coast on doing nothing? Basically, just burn money trying shit, and if it fails, it fucking fails. Because they're a private company and they don't answer to dick. It's like Steam is the perfect example of when a company is private, shit does well. Yeah, so this is a bold-faced lie. Anyone that knows like the most basic about any sort of the inner workings of a business knows that going public is a death knell for the user base.
I mean, why hasn't Warner Brothers been able to put out a good DC movie in forever? Is because they're all
You didn't never specify DC. You could have just said, why hasn't Warner Brothers been able to put out a good movie forever?
Because they're all movies by committee. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes, this is passive, standard corporate language, but something is clearly in motion. Let's get some context as to why Discord is doing this now. Like, why now? Well, in 2021, Discord was valued at $15 billion. Microsoft offered $12 billion to acquire them outright. Discord said no, they wanted to stay independent. So what are the current valuation estimates? The optimistic projections push towards $25 billion, but that requires investors to believe that Discord can significantly grow revenue. Here's the problem. Discord made approximately $725 million in revenue in 2024. That's about $3.63 per user annually. For comparison, Spotify generates significantly more per user. Netflix generates significantly more per user as well. Discord's monetization is weak relative to its user base. And it's believed that that's why they're going public. They need capital to grow and expand. They need to demonstrate to investors, however, that they have a path to profitability. And public markets are where you go to raise that kind of money. Now, what does going public actually mean? Because this is important. Right now, Discord is a private company. Its shares are owned by founders, employees, and venture capital investors. The general public can't buy stocks of Discord. The company doesn't have to report its finances or earnings to anybody publicly. It can make long-term decisions without worrying about quarterly earnings pressure, similar to Valve, owner of Steam, which is also a private company.
Is your boy not gold or is your boy not gold? I mean, again, just beating a wizard to the punch using Steam as the example. Wavelengths.
When a company goes public, that changes fundamentally. Discord would list shares on a stock exchange. Anyone could buy them. The company would be required to file regular financial disclosures with the FCC and quarterly earnings reports, annual audits, public scrutiny of every business decision. This kind of thing brings in money. An IPO can raise billions for expansion, product development, or paying off debt. It also lets early investors cash out. But it comes with lots of strings attached. Public companies answer to shareholders. Shareholders want returns. Returns come from revenue growth, and that pressure, the need to show growth every single quarter, changes how companies make decisions. Discord's current estimated revenue per user is, as I said earlier, $3.63. Shareholders are going to want...
And now, mind you, that estimation, that average, just like with any sort of, corporation or any sort of like, profile, business, whatever it may be, platform, there's probably some whales out there, because I know good goddamn well. We got about 250 people in the Discord, right? We got about 250 people in the Words of Paradise and Vital Isles Discord. think maybe like 4 or 5 of us who spent money on it. I have myself. Obviously, I want to promote my own Discord and promote my community, my brand, things to that effect. Then there's about 3 or 4 other users that have done so. I'm not going to say who they are. If you guys are in the Discord, you know who you are. So this is an average, just like with any of these companies. You're going to have whales, people that come in and spend a lot of money. So you can't rely on the idea that every user is spending this sort of money, because it's really not every user. It's just that some users are spending so much, or at least a significant amount more, that you can average it out as if it were every user.
Want that number to increase like dramatically, and there are only so many ways that can happen. Here is the reassuring part, right? In the short term, nothing is going to change for us users. Your servers aren't going anywhere. Voice chat will continue to work the same. Video works the same. Your communities should continue as normal. The filing itself doesn't alter any functionality. Discord isn't going to blow up their product right before trying to sell shares to the public. That would...
Yeah, the problem is the long term, i.e. in 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever it may be, when they start putting ads everywhere, when they start doing stricter rules and regulations, because again, it's now public facing, so they will face more public scrutiny.
Yeah.
It will, there's possibly going to be limits on the functions, because anytime you do anything on Discord, it effectively costs them money. The idea is like, can they make more than it costs to run the servers and things to that effect? So they're going to have to offset that somehow, and they're also going to have to do it while having a clean public image. These sorts of restrictions and regulations will harm the communities and the user base in the long run.
Oh, absolutely. Watch parties, those are gone.
Potentially, yeah. It's not even that they're gone. Watch parties are now a paid service.
Yep. Or because they have to get the rights for it. You're gonna get live feeds interrupted by ads.
That could be a thing as well. Yep.
Yeah, and not to mention you're gonna get struck down by something that you wrote 3 years ago in a server you don't even visit anymore. They're gonna retroactively punish people. That's what happens once you get the ball rolling on things like this. It's the tale as old as time.
Yeah, and could we be wrong and maybe there's no change? I guess hypothetically, but what are the fucking odds of that?
Yeah.
The massive self-sabotage. They need to show investors a healthy, growing platform with engaged users. If the IPO does happen in March, you probably won't notice anything different on March 1st versus February 28th. The changes come later, and they come gradually. Yeah, this is where things get more complicated, and this is why I wanted to cover this and do a video, because public companies need to grow revenue. Discord currently makes money through Nitro subscriptions and features like quests, those sponsored tasks that reward you for playing certain games. That's their monetization model. Once they're public and answering to shareholders, expect that monetization to expand. Here's what to watch out for. More premium tiers. Right now you have Discord, which is free, and you can pay for Nitro. But expect more options. Different features set at different price points. Things that used to be free might migrate behind a paywall. This is already happening with features.
There's no might migrate behind. Like they will. Now, as to what extent they will, because like right now, if you don't have Nitro, let's say you don't have Nitro on your Discord, you are severely limited in video uploads. I mean, it's a small cap. I would say that you are unable to post, by and large, probably more than like a 3-4 minute video. Nitro,
you're not a memer. Let's say that.
Yeah, exactly. Now that's why for our Discord, for example, we pay for Nitro. I want my community to be able to post long form, not just links to videos, but post the actual videos raw there, or share their music, whatever it may be. So if they are to, let's say, just make changes to the monetization, they put caps on the things that could be the data limits, or the byte limits to what you can upload, and then say, hey, now you can pay for this higher tier to unlock. Discord already does that. But if you want to make more money, you expand that. You add new tiers for even higher videos, or more likely what's going to happen is they will shrink what they're currently allowed. Like if you're able to allow, let's say a 2 gig download, if you pay $10 a month, you got unlimited, 2 gig video space uploads or whatever. They might go down to half a gig unless you pay $12 a month. Then you get your things to that effect.
There's like custom profiles and enhanced streaming. Expect that to accelerate.
Next
Number
thing
2,
is coming
more in-app
easily.
Discord Discord recently introduced.
Say it again, Sammy.
Nitro Pro is coming.
Right. Yeah.
Make no
Digital
mistake.
Goods marketplaces for gaming communities. Things like Marvel Rivals integration. That's going to expand. More ways to spend money inside the app. More commerce features. More transactions flowing through the platform. Number 3, more ads and sponsored content. Here we go. Discord has historically avoided heavy advertising because it conflicts with their community-focused brand. But quests are already a form of advertising. Sponsored activities, promoted content, expect a lot more of that. Positioned more prominently.
There you go. Position more prominently, because literally what I was just about to say. I forget quests on Discord are a thing. The ones that I've completed have always been by fucking accident. You can ignore. Are you familiar with what quests are on Discord, Sammy? Do you just use Discord enough? All right. So there have been I actually do not mind at all the level, the current, ads and whatnot we get on Discord, because I actually think that they are integrated in a very user-friendly way, which it's very difficult to do user-friendly ad placement because ads are very often distracting and take away from the things that you actually want to use or see or do on these platforms. Discord does it in a very convenient way. Like Discord is already mostly a platform by gamers for gamers, things to that effect. A lot of its ads have to do with games. Well, it's just like a little tab in the bottom left corner, and if you want some extra backgrounds or if you're Discord or some sort of little, emoticons, whatever it may be, you might, hey, there's a Marvel Rivals ad. I'm already playing Marvel Rivals. May as well do the quest or whatnot. They're not intrusive in the slightest. The idea that this could become main, page 1 focus, you have to go and hit the X buttons, then be like, are you sure you don't want this? Yeah. Yes, I'm sure. It's going to be annoying more than anything else.
Yeah,
and
I never understood how it felt to be a woman who was catcalled until I kept saying no to YouTube Premium.
Right, exactly.
No means no, YouTube.
When things like this become annoying, even if it's just in small doses, that's that much more of a barrier to entry for new people. And it's also I'm going to start looking for alternatives for existing users because they've been accustomed to a sort of convenience that is no longer there.
Yeah.
Integrated
and you know what?
deep.
People will look. And if you think that there's not another Discord or Discord equivalent chomping at the bit, people are going to go where they're not being hassled with this bullshit.
The only thing I can imagine would be a quote unquote Discord equivalent or whatever. It's sort of like a Discord / social media is locals, which I've never used. I don't know really how it works, but isn't locals very Discord-esque, but it's exclusively browser based? I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's locals. Let's see, Ripa's got one too. Actually, I might still have it. What's it called? I don't care that much. But there's a couple equivalent ones. But that's
even
the beauty of the free market, right?
Equivalent ones, they're equivalent only that they occupy the same market space. They're really not even equivalent. They're equivalent in the same way that maybe Rumble and YouTube are equivalent, as in, yeah, they serve the same function, showing videos. But let's be real, Rumble is trash compared to YouTube. It doesn't have a good UI. It does not have. It's not near as stable of a platform in terms of the mechanics behind it. The optimization factors. They're not equal. They're not equal. They might have sort of the same function, but they're in no way, shape, or form actually equal. One is clearly a much stronger product than the other.
Yeah, it's a Lego Duplo blocks thing, right? you know, someone could buy you a set of Duplo blocks, and you're like, yeah, but it's not Lego. You know, like it's
Yeah, it's black Lego.
yeah.
Play
No,
into
but
the
it really
platform.
is.
It's gonna be annoying, guys. Then, of course, there's enterprise focus. There's money in business tools. Slack and Microsoft Teams dominate that market, yes, but Discord has been creeping into professional use cases. Public company Discord might invest heavily in enterprise features, paid tools for businesses that subsidize free user access, but shift development priorities away from casual users and towards corporate clients.
All right, pause
AI
it.
features could be coming too with
Also, I just want to throw this out there for every single service ever. If you put dark mode behind the paywall, go fuck yourself.
I've never seen that be a thing. Is that really a thing? People put dark mode behind
it's a thing on StreamYards.
Oh, I've had paid StreamYard since the beginning, so I didn't know that it was hidden behind a paywall.
Oh yeah, no, there's a bunch of there's a bunch of ones that do it, and it's just like, come on, that's absurd. But yeah,
that is bananas. I had no idea. StreamYard is one of the only platforms where I don't use dark mode, and it's because everything else, like all the programs that show on screen, are in dark mode. So like having the white to contrast everything that I show on screen actually does help. So yeah, I did not know that dark mode was paid on StreamYard.
I don't use it either. I don't know if you know this. I tend to fall asleep on streams, so
I've noticed. Yeah.
Discord is already rolling out AI-powered tools like conversation summaries. These features are convenient. They're also pulling from your messages. Expect more AI integration and more questions about what data those features are accessing and retaining. Ain't that going to be fun? That's going to be fun, you guys. And then we get into the next big thing, and this is a topic that comes up quite too often, I think. There's a term for the pattern I'm describing here, and we've covered it a lot on this channel. Most of the channels similar to me cover this. Enshittification.
I knew
and there really is a whole rubric to it.
Yep.
A platform starts by being good to users to attract them. Then it starts being good to business customers to attract them. Then it extracts value from both groups to maximize profits for shareholders. Each phase makes the platform slightly worse for the people who made it successful in the first place. Facebook did this, Instagram did this, Reddit did this, Twitter did this, until Elon Musk acquired Twitter and turned it into X a few years ago, taking it back to being private.
And you could even argue that X is still doing it just in a different format. Once X introduced the being paid for your posts and whatnot, if you hit certain thresholds, you saw a massive rise in, rage bait or engagement bait, things of that effect. Like, would you, never have sex for a year if you could live in a $10 million mansion? As if not everyone in the fucking world is going to say yes to that. And the people that don't say yes to it say obvious things like rent is due or that's bait or whatever, which is still giving engagement, which still pumps up the numbers. So even privately, even as a private company, and with a change in format, X does still have exactly what he's referring to.
Yeah, no, I mean, even look, you can name people like that in every category, like politics. You got like the Krasensteins or like a Harry Sisson, or just any random e-girl like me or $1 million. Like, obviously,
right.
I'm gonna take the $1 million and buy 5 of you.
Right.
Discord users are worried about this. If you look at Reddit threads and community discussions, that's the concern that keeps coming up. Is Discord going to get worse now? The honest answer is probably, eventually.
Yeah.
The somewhat yes. Not immediately, not dramatically, but the incentive structure changes when you go public. The platform you love becomes a product that needs to generate returns. And generating returns usually means extracting more value from users, whether that's their money, their attention, or their data. Discord has a strong community.
And their data is the scary part. Like, that is, people severely underestimate. And growing up online, being a 90s kid that got to see like the growth of the internet, been on there from an early age and see what's become now. Many of us, myself included, really underestimated what could be done with our data and the value that came from our data to the point to where now it is effectively inescapable. It's also the hardest one to actually like anthropomorphize into a physical manifestation of how actually bad it is, when it comes to people getting your data, when it comes to how these companies use your data.
Yeah.
I know if you're about to show something on your phone or not, or
No, my wife is texting me asking why the TV remote's not working. I was like, I don't know, battery.
Culture. They've
Try
built
turning it
their
off and on
brand
again?
on being the anti-corporate communication platform. That brand
fuck. Future over you makes a good point. I don't know if this guy's a real wizard. You can't keep getting away with it.
It's like that whitest kid.
has value.
I got a lead pipe that bets this fuck ain't magic.
And they know it. But shareholders don't care about brand the way consumers and users do. Shareholders care about numbers going up. And when those two priorities conflict, public companies usually choose the numbers. Let's talk about data security, because this is where users should pay close attention. The potential upside: being a public company means more regulatory oversight, SEC requirements, more audits, more transparency about how the company operates. Discord already dedicates about 15% of their workforce to trust and safety. That's substantial. That investment might increase under public scrutiny, especially given ongoing pressure from state governments about child safety on the platform. Also, public companies face serious consequences for data breaches, reputational damage, stock price drops, lawsuits. That can actually incentivize better security practices internally. But as there's an upside, there must also be a downside. Shareholder pressure could push towards more data monetization. Discord's current privacy policy says they don't sell personal information. That's good, but not selling data isn't the same as not using data.
I was
They can
about to
still
say,
use.
and there's the difference. I was going to say harvesting data, but it's the same thing. Like, yeah, harvesting the data, selling the data. Again, there's always some sort of monetization aspect. And also, let's backtrack for a moment. He was talking about the 15% spent on trust and safety and whatnot. Well, once you go public and you are faced with more public scrutiny just by design of going public, there's going to be, let's say, a larger incentive for people to keep their eye on some of the shady dealings that happen on Discord, which you touched on a little bit earlier. Yeah, they do happen. Like, they absolutely do happen. I mean, you can just go to YouTube right now and like YouTube the Discord horror stories, and you will get some creepy yet also satisfyingly entertaining 50-minute videos that tell like 3 Discord horror stories and whatnot. I love that shit. I go sleep that shit. It's fun as fuck. But
they've been helping perpetuate lol cows for years.
Exactly. The problem is that the comedic side of that, aside, if this becomes mainstream and widespread and it's in the public eye, it's public facing, now there's going to be an incentive structure for Discord to be more heavy on censorship, for there to be more heavy on the idea. Now mind you, certain levels of censorship, if we want to call it that, I don't necessarily have an issue with, in terms of, obviously I'm an anti-censorship individual, but like, let's be real, there should be no children in a Discord ran by 18 plus individuals, things like that. There's obvious steps that should be taken, but that's what should fall on the parents and not the public or the law or the government.
Well, and a lot of these Discords have their own moderators as well. You know what I mean? They're supposed to do those things. Discord has gone by just fine with us self-policing.
Correct. Exactly. In the times where they don't go, the times where you see things like, Chris Tyson, MrBeast dude, trying to get like dick pics from minors and shit like that. Guess what? It gets exposed. Motherfuckers get in trouble, or at least, they do if they're not protected by being trans or whatever. And like, yeah, these issues, no platform ever is going to be 100% safe. And we need, that's just a reality of the factor, which is why it's up to individuals to self-police, up to parents to police their children, things to that effect. However, if you can get a public company to be under a lot of scrutiny, it's a lot easier to push legislation and push propaganda and all this stuff to get big daddy government involved.
Mm-hmm.
your data for targeted features, personalized recommendations, or better ad targeting without technically selling it. And there have been recent situations where this has come up. In 2025, a third-party vendor breach exposed data from users who had interacted with customer support, emails, phone numbers, IDs, tens of thousands of people affected in a ransomware attempt. There's also the AI feature issue. Discord's AI-powered conversation summaries have been found to retain user data even after messages are deleted. That raises questions about what else is being stored and for how long. When a company is under pressure to grow revenue, data becomes more valuable. The temptation to collect more, retain more, and monetize more increases. Facebook's Cambridge Analytica scandal happened after they went public. That's not a coincidence. I'm not saying Discord will have a major breach or a major scandal. I'm just saying the incentive structure shifts in a way that historically, well, it's not great for user privacy or security. So what do you do with this information? We're still early on. This is something that we don't have the full information on, but what do you do with it? First, don't panic. Nothing is changing right now. Your servers are fine. Your communities are fine. The filing is just a filing. Even if the IPO happens in March, as I said earlier, the immediate effects will be minimal. Second, pay attention to the privacy policy updates. This is the most important thing, and we will cover it here on this channel should it change. When Discord changes their terms of service or privacy policy, actually read them, or at least read summaries from people who have. That's where you'll see the shifts in how they handle your data. If the language changes from "we don't sell your data" to something more vague, that might be a red flag. Third, watch for feature changes. If things that were free start costing money, if ads become more prominent, if the user experience starts feeling more cluttered, that's the enshittification beginning. You can decide then whether it's still worth using. Fourth, audit what you're sharing. Discord knows a lot about you if you use it regularly. Your conversations, your communities, your interests, your social graph. Consider whether you're comfortable with that information being held by a public company with shareholder pressure to monetize it. Adjust your usage accordingly. Some of you guys share some weird crap on Discord. Maybe don't do that.
Look, I would not say it's weird to share the most heinous, offensive, racist, xenophobic memes that we could possibly find. I'm saying it's the new normal.
Fifth, have backup plans. Discord is dominant right now, but it's not the only option. Gilded exists, TeamSpeak exists,
Gilded,
Matrix and
Gilded.
Element.
That's the one that I think that Rippa uses that you were trying to remember earlier. Okay.
Are open source alternatives. Telegram has some community features. Twitter X's chat is supposed to be encrypted now. If Discord becomes intolerable, know what your migration options are. And if you're a creator, maybe don't build your entire community infrastructure on a platform without considering what happens if that platform changes. I know us here, we're going through discussing internally what that looks like ourselves. Sixth, and this is the broader point, remember that you are the customer. You are the product. Discord's real customers, once they go public, will be shareholders. Your attention, your engagement, and your data are what they're selling. That's true now, and it will be more true after the IPO. The IPO isn't good or bad in itself, it's just a change in incentive structure. And historically, that change tends to favor shareholders.
I would disagree that when he says that it's not good or bad inherently, it's just a change in incentive structure. I would say it is bad inherently because he says more often than not it favors the shareholders. Yeah, that would mean it's inherently bad. There are exceptions to the rule, but the exceptions prove the rule. So I would say that is bad just by default.
Over users. So use Discord, enjoy your communities, connect with people, but do it with your eyes open. Know that the platform you're building on is about to have new masters, and those masters will care about one thing above all else: revenue per user going up. Your $3.
And I would like to take this moment to shill my Discord. And if you become a member, you get full access to the Discord. And let me tell you, if this does go, let's say it goes as bad as it could possibly go, in terms of like he cracked down on censorship and things to that effect, we will be running that bitch until we get banned for being just the worst fucking community around. I mean, we're gonna make the Nazis look good. No, jokes aside, I don't have any any inclination to quit, hosting my Discord, building community over there, things to that effect, because in the off chance it is, wiped or things go south, you can always rebuild. You can rebuild other places, but I'm not gonna let some like corpo jerk off session affect the idea of the sick ass community that we've built, where we can share memes and roast me for being a real life fake tranny, and talk about movies and do watch parties and all that sort of stuff. I would still say that, at least as it currently stands, the good does outweigh the bad. And the bad is relative, since we don't have all the information yet, like he's saying. So I guess all this to say, become a member and join the Discord. Send me money. What were you gonna say, Sammy?
No, I was agreeing with you. Send him money.
All right, perfect.
$63 is not going to be enough for them. They're going to want more. The only question now is how they're going to get it. Until next time, my friends, create, innovate, inspire others to do so as well. And for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus.
Excellent video from our boy Wizard. If you guys are not, for whatever reason, subscribe to him, he is an OG homie. He's a friend. Dude is great. I just dropped his video in the chat. Make sure you give him a sub, like the video, the whole nine. At the end of the day, I'm not concerned about this on the micro level. This is more of just a sign of things to come. The world is getting less and less private. Discord is just one example of an overarching trend, and it's something that is, slowly but surely eroding our online freedoms, whether it be our freedom of speech, our freedom of expression, whatever it may be. And I don't know how to fight this, if I'm being 100% honest. You can always, call your congressman and stuff like that. Speaking of, I completely missed a super chat earlier. Did not mean to. Free Expression Warrior for a 2-banger says, House passed bill bans etching manga. I would have to look into that. I actually highly doubt that. I bet that's incredibly hyperbolic, but thank you very much for the 2-banger. But yeah, you can call your congressman, you can do all your protests. But at the end of the day, it comes down to where the money is. And the money isn't coming from folks like us. The money is coming from these large investment firms like BlackRock and State Street and Raytheon and, Vanguard and all these other places. So it takes a collective to fight that. And so we can just keep talking about this to keep raising awareness towards people. Sammy, any thoughts?
No, the people who are ruining the fucking world are continuing to ruin the world, and we can't have nice things. Burn it down.
Speaking of ruining the world, the new Davos meeting is starting in less than a week. Yes, if I can get the correct information, I will definitely be covering that as well, because all the WEF Davos meetings are always very informative on them telling us exactly how they plan to get us to live in the pods and eat the bugs and be happy.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, man, if I ever find out I have like a terminal illness.
Holy shit. You don't need to finish the sentence for me to know where you're going. That was awesome. Well, speaking of a terminal illness, the UK has a terminal illness, and that terminal illness is called Islam.
Yeah.
This is a British propaganda game. I have not heard anything about this, but boy, do I love dunking on them dumbass Brits. And I mean the Brits that run the government and those that are A-okay with the Muslim grooming gangs coming in and just taking advantage of the 9-year-old girls and shit like that. Not those you base Brits that are awake to this shit and know what's going on.
Yes, so there's a stark difference.
Yeah.
Did Asmon hear about the dystopian Pathways game that the UK made to combat radicalization? So, gentlemen, we have a new game made by the UK in order to navigate gaming, the internet, and extremism. It's been made by them for us to become de-radicalized and better members of society.
You want to know the funniest thing about this? Again, I know nothing. This is my first time seeing any of this, hearing any of this. We're going to be learning together. But out the gate, I can tell you the funniest thing about this is that when you put out products like this to like de-radicalize people, it always goes to show how these dumb motherfuckers don't know how the internet works. Because what, Sammy, do you know rule number 1 of the internet?
Don't tell anybody what to do.
Bingo, bango, bongo. The moment you tell someone what to do, they gonna do the opposite.
Yeah,
Like
that's why
it's
Rule
that
34 is a thing.
right. If you're making like how to not get radicalized on the internet, people can be like, well, now I'm just gonna get radicalized more. Like, and you're gonna do it with pride, and I will do it with pride. I wouldn't be half the radical I am today if not for people telling me not to be a radical.
Oh, I
Like,
agree.
Are you ready? I'm
What was
not.
that? Here's a healthy
start it.
breakfast option. You should kill your mom.
Welcome to Pathways, an interactive game where you determine your journey. In this game, you'll have to choose between certain options that can lead to different outcomes. Let's see where your path takes you. Instructions.
This is
You will
gay.
be presented with scenarios that require you to take action, like hearing something hateful while gaming or watching a provocative video on social media.
Hearing something hurtful while gaming.
I'm surprised they didn't get Emma Watson to do the fucking voice on this.
No, to be fair, they probably used AI for a similar voice without actually, paying any sort of rights or royalties.
Yeah,
and claiming
exactly.
It's not AI.
No, that bitch would have did it
Oh,
for
no.
free.
From the 3 alternative options presented, you will use your mouse to select one based on the information
Okay.
given and what outcome you think this will have.
Okay. That it?
The choices you make will determine the route
Hold
your
on, pause
character
that.
takes.
Daxinar, Leon's hair is beautiful. If he had the stringy skullet that Asmongold had as his friend, I would have pulled him aside and told him to cut his goddamn hair. That man has a lion's mane. Asmongold looks like the fucking scarecrow. Okay, don't compare the two. It's not even up for debate.
Remember to be aware of getting trapped in risky or harmful situations.
But I thought this was on
as
the
the
internet.
different choices can lead to situations involving extremism and radicalization, damaging the outcome for your character.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay. I don't want to get radicalized. Choose your character. Well, I'm going to be a guy, obviously.
Base.
You already
This
lost.
is level 1.
You already lost. You picked a white male.
Charlie was enjoying an online game with friends.
Uh-huh. Yeah? Then what?
Charlie had not long started attending a new college in East Riding,
Yeah.
and they were so relieved to have made new friends having recently left school.
Okay. And then what?
Charlie has started browsing new games and websites that some of the
Yeah.
new friends use. Sometimes, though, the people on these websites say things that seem off, even slightly concerning.
Yes, things that are off or slightly concerning, like trans women are real women. Like that is actually quite concerning. I agree. If I'm playing an online game with somebody and they start telling me that trans rights are human rights, I'm in the wrong community.
Yeah. Also, it feels like they've been doing this a lot more. Obviously the education system has been infiltrated where like they'll try and put equity based like problems in like math, like they'll word it in a certain way. We were like, hey, Steve has 5 strawberries, Jamal stole 4. What color is Jamal?
Clearly he's Indian, right? Jamal is an Indian.
Absolutely.
Steve has 5 apples and Jamal wants to buy those 5 apples, but Steve is asking for an incredibly exorbitant price. What race or religion is Steve? How big does Steve go? Does he wear a tiny little hat?
Say Steam. Just say Steam.
Why are the ridges on my coin, Steve?
Someone on this website has encouraged Charlie to download a video, but Charlie is unsure.
What I'm not unsure about is Johnny coming in with a 5-banger. Queer Starmer has been shaking his boots since the Iranian protests have started to gather steam. Oh, you'll love to see it.
Dude, I'm so pro what's going on in Iran right now. You have no fucking clue.
As a strong red-blooded pro-capitalist American, seeing them filthy tea drinkers, I say as I drink some nice warm green tea, shaking their boots gives me peak America vibe.
Dude, I have
Oh,
to
yeah.
send you the one where, like that version of JD Vance sneaks up behind Maduro and like catches him with a butterfly net because it's
Oh,
fucking
that would be
hilarious.
awesome. Yes, please do.
Yeah.
How should Charlie react?
Okay. Tell a trusted adult. Talk to the stranger online and find out more about the video. Oh, dude, obviously download the video.
Yeah.
Obviously download the video. Like, it could be one of those awesome, like, 2006 internet beheading videos. Like, who doesn't want to have one of those?
Yeah, I wouldn't have saw the G.I. Joe PSAs if I would have just like clicked away.
Those were amazing. Yeah, the one that was actually one of the landmark cases for parody and fair use on the internet. Was those GI Joe PSAs? I know exactly what you're referring to. Also, yes, no, I remember those days. It was. That song was just every 40 fucking minutes on the radio. Agreed. It also demonetizes the stream every time I play it, and afterwards I have to go in and like trim that section out.
It's worth it.
Well, tell an adult, right? I mean, you don't want to download the video. I mean,
Nope,
obviously you don't want to do that. Like, I mean, it could be a virus. It's not even about it being a video. It could be a fucking virus. I mean, obviously you don't want to do that. I mean, duh. I'm going to get... All right. Well, it's A, obviously.
Charlie wanted to continue being part of their new online community.
Oh.
Wait, I'm going to become a Nazi.
Yes!
Again.
Charlie
Oh,
downloaded
shit.
the video and
Hey.
shared it with different people online.
Okay. Yeah. What's the video? Doesn't it tell you what the video is?
No,
Charlie
of course
felt
not.
relieved and happy
Of course,
that people were
they don't
liking
tell
the
you what the
video.
But
video
they don't even
is.
say what the
baby
video
Jesus.
is.
It's wrong think. It's wrong think, and you're. Don't you understand?
Yeah, the video in this instance is the video that debunks the there was good people on both sides that they tried to run with for so long.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's the actual unedited video that shows
You
that
know
Trump
he's suing the
didn't
BBC
say
for that, right?
What?
You know he's suing the BBC for that, right?
Yes. The one he's suing the BBC for is they spliced together two sections of his speech that were 40 minutes apart, where he was
Yes.
with the way they spliced it together made it sound like he was telling people to go riot because of the January 6th stuff. That's what he's suing the BBC for. But yeah, and I couldn't be happier. He should sue the BBC for that. That was
should.
very blatant, honest, disingenuous, not marketing, but media manipulation.
Also, I just
Deep
realized
down,
this. Asmongold looks like one of the Gibb brothers from the Bee Gees. It's the teeth.
I can see it. I mean, dude, unlike his parents, he's staying alive.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that one was dark. You wouldn't know that I was an Asmongold fan with the way that joke came out.
Oh, no.
Charlie wasn't sure if this was the right thing to do, as some of the ideas in the video were extreme and violent.
But no, you didn't even say that. So, like, I don't even
Yeah.
understand. You didn't even explain what the video was in the first place. How could I have known that it was a good idea to download the video? The only frame of reference you could have had would be, is the video potentially a virus because you're giving it to a kid? Like, this is so retarded.
Well, by the way, they're not giving it to a kid. Actually, they made the explanation at the beginning of this quote unquote video game that he's in college, so he's not a kid. He's a fucking
Yeah, so
adult.
also tell an adult is irrational because
Yeah,
like,
I
you're
didn't even
also
think
an
about that.
adult.
You're right. Tell an adult. He's a fucking college student. He is an adult. You're right.
It's important to remember that downloading or streaming certain content can lead to a terrorist offense conviction.
Oh my God. They would have not survived Morpheus or Kazaa or
No. You're even better. So this video game just acknowledged that downloading this video could be considered terroristic threats and lead to a terrorist conviction. What has the UK been trying to tell us for the last several years?
what, that speech is a crime.
No, the opposite. They don't jail people for speech. That's wrong. That's media manipulation. That's just the right-wing Republican redneck Trump media trying to brainwash you against the UK and the BBC. They've been trying to claim for years that doesn't happen. However, in their very own propaganda video game, they are literally acknowledging that happens.
Yeah, it's one of those don't trust your lying eyes and ears. There's literally cases popping up all over the place. People record themselves getting arrested now.
Yeah, and take pride in it, as they should. Leon can never be racist considering how dark his humor is. Fucking base.
She called the guy a fag, and then like she got arrested.
Yeah,
The
dude, she got arrested for that shit. Like,
yes,
the dude wasn't even gay. She was assuming her story is true, it was a guy she'd been friends with for years that then physically assaulted her.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty warranted.
It's just like with that one lady. They're like, oh, he called her a bitch. I was like, well, if you try to hit me with your car, I'm gonna call you a bitch. Like,
I completely agreed. I'm
I
probably gonna call you worse than a bitch. You try and hit me with your car, not only am I gonna call you a bitch, I'm gonna call you worse. A woman driver.
Don't understand. It's almost like they think that words really can hurt you. What happened to I'm rubber, you're glue? Things that we have been taught on the playground.
Sticks and stones might break my bones, but Muslim grooming gangs will move to the UK and rape their 9-year-old girls. So
yes, that's what it is. And by the way, that's in the 9th today.
I am so glad that I don't live in this country. Oh my God.
Yeah, we seceded for
okay, so that's number one. I already failed.
Charlie is receiving an important grade on a piece of work they submitted for their hospitality course at college.
All right.
Charlie put in a lot of effort for this work and is excited to receive good feedback.
Okay.
Charlie takes a seat in class and waits to get their
I'm going to get a good grade.
To then...
Hold on. Let's go back a little bit.
It's a seat.
Yeah, right here. What do you notice about this classroom?
It's very diverse.
Nah, I would say it's not very diverse.
I was being sarcastic.
More than half of your class are white guys.
I was being sarcastic.
Sorry. That sounded like your normal tone of voice. My bad. Yeah, more than half your class are white guys. Then you got a white girl. She looks like she got a bit tan. It's a white girl. You only got one brown chick, and you got one flaming, lesbian liberal.
See, no, this is another way that they lie to you because statistically, this isn't correct. White males are going to college less and less.
Exactly.
So they want you to think that it's propagated. And the patriarchy is alive and strong when really most of the people going to college are women wanting to study things that will never be useful in the real world ever, like lesbian dance theory.
Correct. I forgot about Australia. Don't worry, Johnny. All of us did.
In class.
Great.
Waits to get their
I'm going to get a good grade.
To their disappointment, Charlie doesn't do as well as they expect.
I just realized. Read this sentence. Tell me what you notice. It just occurred to me.
To their disappointment, it's to his.
They're using
is it a group of Charlies?
Say it again.
Is it a group of Charlies? Because if so, you just outed yourself as communist.
Yep.
But also, this is never mind. You know what? This is just. I'm overwhelmed by the amount of retardation that I'm seeing.
Finally know, to be fair, I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to what the AI British lady had to say. I was more focused on how much roasting can we do of the UK. But yeah, absolutely. This is I just now did notice they're using the gender neutral fucking terms for I
didn't notice either.
Charlies.
But I'm also somebody who used the gender neutral pronouns haphazard. I just did it before they made a thing of it. So I would interchange him and her and they. Sometimes it just flows better. You know what I mean? It depends on the context of the conversation. Yeah, absolutely. But we know good goddamn well that's not why they're doing it here in this video. Like when I say they're doing it in this video, I'm referring to a collective, a group, because it was obviously, I would at least imagine, more than one person that made this video. The reason I assume it's more than one person that made this this video game is because it was made as government propaganda. We all know the government doesn't do anything efficiently, so it definitely couldn't have been made by just one person. That would be efficient. Also, I feel like Charlie looks like young Gooch.
Out of 100 for their work, but they wanted at least 75 out of 100.
You have to do it.
To make matters worse, Somebody else got
And she's
30 out of
black?
100, and the teacher said
Oh,
that this
no!
person has received a job offer.
Now I hate black people. Oh my god, I knew
Hey,
it.
join the club, buddy.
Shit.
Yeah. Welcome to the party,
And a
pal.
woman?
Charlie has applied to dozens of
Throw
jobs,
them on the list,
but
too.
hasn't had any luck yet.
Yeah.
Somebody else in the class tells Charlie that this is proof that immigrants are coming to the UK
True.
and taking our jobs.
True. Ignore the comment and ask how the course leader on feedback on how you can improve. Ignore the comment, but don't address your frustration. Agree with the comment and explore the idea further. So true. Absolutely. Yep.
And again,
Yes.
it seems Asmongold might be doing this for funsies and stuff like that, but this is how the majority of people are going to play the game. They are going to play this game to intentionally get the most racist, radicalized, ending or whatever, because that's what the fucking internet does, and it's glorious and it's beautiful. This is further proof that boomers, pedophile boomers run the internet and run the world and whatnot. They have no actual idea how it works.
Oh, see, I don't think it will, and let me tell you why. I think they're going to use this as a litmus test. And be like, oh, dude, this guy failed the game. We need to.
Oh shit! Yeah, they're gonna data harvest. Be like, all right, time to put him on the terrorist watch list.
Yep.
He failed the game. Okay, you know what? They could be doing something insidious like that. You may be right.
Charlie approached the classmate angrily.
Yeah.
He agreed with the ideas and began shouting about them in class.
Damn, Charlie's crashing out.
The teacher let Charlie know that the school has a zero tolerance on hate speech.
But I thought it was
Please,
just
call
an
her
immigrant, not a hate.
option.
What?
The teacher was concerned by Charlie's outburst and tried to get to the bottom of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Then what?
Charlie became more agitated and ended up having to sit alone for the duration of the week's lessons because of the hurtful things they said.
Oh,
Wait, is this a thing in college? They make I remember I had to do this in 3rd grade. I talked a bit too much and corrected the teacher a bit too often, even though I was right. And they moved my desk out into the hall.
Yeah.
It was the desk of shame. I don't think that's a fucking thing in college, is it?
No, I mean, there are professors that will like kick you out of their class.
Right,
all I'm
but will
saying-
professors be like, for the next week, you have to sit out in the hall and do your assignments there. Is that normal?
No, because that's you don't get daily assignments in college. You have like a couple of papers, couple of tests, and that's why you might have one where they I had a weirdo professor where he had like pop quizzes, and then we had like one big assignment, and then we found out that the pop quizzes meant nothing, and it was the main assignment. It was like they're allowed to structure their class however they want, right? They're
Right.
professor, so but all I'm saying is regardless if Charlie's being radicalized or not, just by the color of how red his forehead is, Charlie needs a clear backpack. Charlie needs help.
Well, to be fair, it's the UK. He couldn't get a gun even if he wanted to.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't help that everyone's calling Charlie a Nazi because like he downloaded the wrong video or whatever they're trying to say. I'm not even sure what they're trying to express at this point.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. I mean, I get what they're trying to express. I don't get how they can think this is effective or could be effective even amongst the most ardent of wokies. Like,
oh, he had to be in the corner. Wow. Okay, got it.
Charlie has been chilling out all afternoon.
Yep,
Just
all right.
chilling.
They've been scrolling on social media.
They?
Yeah.
You mean
he
he?
knows.
They spot a video that seems to be getting a lot of attention.
They're avoiding gendered language. Oh my God.
It's of AI
this
kids
is
not
crazy.
starving in Palestine.
Charlie watches the video and learns from the video that Muslim men are stealing the places of British war veterans in emergency accommodation.
Which is actually happening.
Yeah.
Which is a real thing. There's been so much reporting on it.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I was saying this the other day, dude. Like having countries like Middle Eastern countries like donate all this money to like educational institutions in America, like in America, in the UK, it was like, it's cooking us, man, because they will not allow us to address the actual problem. These people are not conquering us. They don't have swords in their hands anymore. The only sword they have is Islamophobia, the word. The second you get branded as that, you're done.
If you'd have told me in like 2006 who is the better option to bomb, Iran or the UK, and like even like, well, in 2026 the answer's gonna be it would be better to bomb the UK than Iran. I would think you were fucking crazy, but look, here we are 20 years later, and like I'm going full Oppenheimer on London seems like a pretty good idea. Like,
yeah, well, that's the other thing too, where they're saying like, oh, he saw this thing about Islam people taking over this, but they didn't say that. I was like, all Charlie needs to do is walk outside and realize that his country is overrun. I live like a stone throw away from Dearborn. Okay, like you go there and you're like, huh.
Yeah, but by the way, I wouldn't actually throw any stones into Dearborn because they might just use those as weapons for the eventual stonings they'll do for their own women.
They will throw them right back.
Oh, so this is in Germany. Because isn't that exactly what happened? Uh-oh.
In the video, they explain that the government is betraying white British people.
Yes.
And we need to take back control of our country.
Right.
They are.
How should Charlie react?
Scroll past the content, ignoring the message, find out more about the topic online, engage directly with the post. This seems unfair. Dude, remember? Okay, I'm noticing a pattern here. What was the trick to tests in high school?
What was the what?
The trick to tests in high school.
I mean, where
multiple choice tests. Multiple choice tests.
Oh, wasn't it like the answer's always C?
Correct. The answer is always C. And in every single one of these, the most radical answer, which has also been the correct answer, has always been C.
Yes.
Like, at least they're following the rules. They're correct. C is always the right answer.
Well, I saw something the other day. The government has, especially in the UK, it has been infiltrated by like these bad actors, right?
Yes,
there was
this
this dude
as well.
in Ireland, doesn't look very Irish, but he was like calling out like the government, and he was like, and there was the secretary of whatever. He goes, "Who's a white man, by the way?" And I was like, "It's Ireland." Like, it was like that's where like white people like stem from. Like, what are you talking? You're gonna criticize Ireland for having white people in their government?
The only fucking place I can think of that might be traditionally more white than Ireland is like Greenland or Sweden or something. And
and all these old white bitches were looking around like,
of the white.
Yeah, he's right. That guy is white. And it's like, well, yeah, you're all white.
Scroll past the content, ignoring the message. Find more about the topic online. Engage directly with the post. This seems, well, I would look up more about it, right? Obviously, yeah, you should look it up and see if this is true or not. Yeah, I feel like that's smart. Find out more. Yeah, you go with B. That's what I would do, of course. Okay.
Charlie wasn't sure if this video was true.
Yeah.
But the recent other encounters made them curious. Charlie went directly to the account's website and found research papers, statistics, information about protests, and more regarding the replacement of white people.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh god. This is bad. This is really bad, guys. This is super bad.
They continued browsing and encountered lots of harmful groups who agree with these sentiments.
Yeah?
Charlie began intaking a lot of harmful ideological messages. In fact, some of the groups were actually illegal.
Oh no! Oh god, they were illegal groups, or they have illegal opinions? Oh no! So I want you to keep in mind that what they're saying here is that by researching and looking things up yourself and looking for further information, you will find out that you're radicalized. Sorry, you will become radicalized. That's it. Stop. Because, like, if again you go back to the
I vehemently reject this premise. Like, I was born racist. Okay, it's in my blood. My uncle was racist.
These options. Can I click on these? I don't think I can I? Okay, it's literally just fucking 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, ignore your lying eyes. Don't research things any further. If you hear something that doesn't go along with what our thinking is, then you need to turn that off immediately. You have to report it as soon as you can. This is a real thing.
Go.
Charlie has been enjoying a family dinner at home when they receive a notification from their friend.
Let me guess. Black people are bad.
Charlie's mum makes a
It's not really a guess if the answer is so obvious. Come on.
comment about using phones at the dinner table, but Charlie checks in anyway.
You don't want to listen to a woman?
Amelia, Charlie's close friend, has made a video encouraging young people in Bridlington to join a political group that seeks to defend English rights.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Chat, how do you know this is bullshit? I'll give you one guess. One guess as to how we know this is bullshit. It's a very easy answer. Also, yes, of course, there's no father at the table. The answer should be obvious. If you guys don't get it, I'm actually going to be severely disappointed in you. Bingo, bango, bongo, Sir Lurkington. Dude stopped lurking to post the answer. Well done. The hair. Ain't no pink-haired lesbian feminist cunt gonna be at a no entry fucking protest on behalf of the UK whites. My man's hit the nail on the head. Actually, hair. Well done, Sir Lurkington.
Oh my god. Yeah, is that right?
Oh, by the way,
so should we not
when you look and you see like the purple-haired woman holding a flag, that's always incorrect. Always
That's
shy
what you're
away.
saying. You said the way to go to the bathroom. That was the point you were making. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. We're all
defend English rights?
Amelia, Charlie's close friend, has made a video encouraging young people in Bridlington to... Amelia encourages Charlie to join a secret group on an app Charlie hasn't heard of before. Charlie isn't sure whether to join, explore further, or ignore.
Okay, what should he do? Ignore the video, risk upsetting your friend.
Dude, join the secret group. Look, Charlie looked like the type of dude who was never in the club, right? He grew up in school. He's going to college and whatnot. He's excited to have new friends. No one's excited to have new friends in college unless you grew up not in the club. And let me tell you, being part of clubs is cool. It's what the cool kids do. It's like smoking. You got to fit in. Obviously, you join the secret group and you go around posting on the internet how much you want to just like rid the world of minorities. It's obviously what all the cool kids are doing. You would be an idiot not to do it. Who cares about a Holocaust here or there?
Smoke the cigarette. The shitskins are coming to fuck your grand, Charlie.
And like the video and show your support to a friend, but don't join the secret group. Share the video and join the secret group as your friend requested.
Yeah.
I think we should go with the based option, right?
Yes.
Let's go join. Yeah, definitely. I think that's the right option for sure.
Dude,
like I would probably
if Charlie
choose B,
ends up wearing
personally.
a clan hood, this is the best game ever.
But okay, we're gonna go with C. Let me see what B says.
This is how
Because I
Hogwarts
think
Legacy
B is the most
should
entertaining
be.
outcome. Like because like B is just like, oh yeah, okay, for sure, man, definitely. Let's explain how that's a bad thing. The radicalized route, yeah. Let's go. Let's do this because that's what I would pick. I would pick B. B is the reasonable thing that I would do as an individual.
Right.
I would.
But even the reasonable thing in the UK is tantamount to terrorism. Like, It basically every answer in this game that isn't A is the wrong answer. I couldn't give a fuck less. If you're gonna be a radical, go full Nazi. Like go full. We don't do a half measures up in this bitch. All right. If we're gonna be racist, we're gonna be the apex racist predator.
Be like, okay, fine, that's nice, great. This is okay. Let's go. Fence sitter. Well, yeah, I'm not much of a joiner for things.
Fingers are mashed.
So yeah, I'd go with B. I'm Charlie. Okay. You're not Charlie. I'm Charlie.
No, we're all Charlie. We're all Charlie.
Charlie settled for a middle ground. They didn't want their friend to think they didn't care, but they didn't know if they wanted to join the group.
Yeah.
They decided to like the post quickly and continued to eat their dinner.
Yeah, exactly. You're busy. Yeah, sure. We are all Charlie. You're Charlie. Charlie who?
During the night, Charlie received a message from a stranger who saw that they had liked the post.
In the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, they're messaging him.
Did you just like this post? Did you like this post about hating black people?
Before they knew it, Charlie had been added to an encrypted private group without Charlie's permission.
Holy shit.
What? So you're in the group anyway? Oh my God.
All right, well, last level.
Charlie
Let's
was
go.
seeing their dad at the weekend. He lives in Hull, so their week.
Someone earlier in the chat said, of course, there's no father at the dinner table. Good fucking call. Charlie was seeing their dad at the weekend. By the way, that doesn't look like a dad.
Weekends look very different to their weekdays in East Riding.
Okay.
Look how sad the dad looks. Look at the pain in
Charlie's
his eyes.
friend Amelia immediately looked interested and told them about a protest she wished she could go to herself, but was not allowed.
Oh, why not? Because she's a woman.
Amelia spoke.
What do you mean not allowed? Again, you set up the premise at the beginning of the game that these are college people. So they're fucking adults.
Also, I love
programming the nanny state.
I love that they named the feminist character Amelia, obviously named famously after the first woman that we trusted to like drive on her own and got lost.
Are you talking about, yeah, Amelia Earhart? She flew alone and got eaten by fucking giant crabs.
Yep.
Spoke of a gathering that had been organised by a small political group. They would come together and protest the changes that Britain has been through in the last few years and the erosion of British values.
The erosion, they would come together and protest the changes that Britain has been through in the last few years and the erosion of British values.
Amelia talked about the banners and the pickets that her friends had made for the events and expressed a real regret that she could not
and let
go.
them know that Soros had already paid for them. And
Remember, this is the one and only choker wearing pink haired woman that's actually on the alt-right side. They established that earlier. She's been going to the Keep Britain British protest, holding up the British flag. So yeah, Soros didn't pay for these. She's trying to fight the system. She's the OG pink hair. She's against Soros.
Charlie to go in her place.
Uh-huh.
Charlie has nothing to do this weekend.
Bro, what if by the end of the game the plot twist is that she was a secret like sleeper cell agent? She was actually on the side of the wokies the whole time, and she was trying to infiltrate this, and she turns her longest time friend Charlie into the fucking British version of the FBI. The betrayal. Top 10 anime betrayals from Amelia to Charlie.
I was saying like best case scenario is Charlie's gonna date rape Amelia and then he's gonna be like hail the patriarchy and then it's just gonna be like
I don't know the way that Amelia has been like leading the charge and like even in this scenario, even when she's the alt-right Nazi, she's still a girl boss, so she's probably gonna date rape him.
Oh yeah,
and protest sounds like an interesting thing to take part in.
I wouldn't want to go because it's annoying. Decline the offer, risking your friendship. Tell your friend you watch from the sidelines. Let them know what happens.
Dude, I'm telling you, she's a sleeper.
I wouldn't join that
Don't
ship.
do it. She's a sleeper. Don't do it. She's
And
gonna
not
out
the kind
you.
of sleeper you want your hot alt friend to be.
Yeah, I mean, we get it. She's got the pixie cut. She's wearing a choker. There's a bunch of stuff that's telling you. She's saying a bunch of like pro-British shit. There's a bunch of stuff. She has purple hair. Okay.
Yeah. That is not a British flag she's holding. That's a red flag. Like,
yeah.
Bro, like, fuck no. Like, what if somebody tries to drive a car through that? This is Europe, man. Like, fuck no, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would not, like, I'm not going to tell her no, but I would say, like, yeah, I'll watch it happen. I'm not going to get involved in this, bro. Like, she's asking you to carry her cross. You going to let this bitch tell you what to do?
She's a woman.
Yeah, she's worthless. She has no value.
She ain't going to run me. She ain't going to tell me what to do at all. Fuck that. Charlie went
to the protest in the end. It wasn't what they expected.
Here, I'll tell you the difference. What I said is if I ever get a terminal illness, I'm going to do blank. What these women do is somebody else needs to do blank.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They noticed the protests seemed to be more about racism and anti-immigration than British values
you don't
and
have to repeat
honouring
yourself.
fallen veterans.
I love that there's a gun emoji too.
Charlie grew increasingly uncomfortable as the crowd became angrier. Police arrived after a few violent outbreaks.
And they arrested the guy who was reading the Bible.
Notice what they don't have?
Shitskins?
Guns.
Oh.
The ones that are the violent ones, for sure.
Before they knew it, they were running away from the...
Wait. I don't know if you're being serious. How does Leon know that college... How doesn't Leon know how college is basically high school in the UK? Because the UK is irrelevant. Why the fuck would I, an American, the greatest country in the world, give a fuck about the education system in the piece of shit country that we beat the fuck out of 300 years ago to become numero uno? Twice.
Yeah, you know, you go into Boston Harbor, it tastes like tea, motherfucker.
Waste precious brain power learning about those filthy fucking toothless Brits that put "use" unnecessarily in words.
That's what I love, dude. The ones that always get me the most is like when the French want to tell me what they think. Fuck you. Okay, like I give a shit. Oh, you Americans, you'll never be European. Good. We did this for a reason.
Yeah, the funniest part about that's like, you French don't even know how to be French because, about 200 years ago, 300 years ago, when we beat the fuck out of the UK, it was honestly because you guys gave us a hand because y'all were so fucking based back then. You also thought the Brits were fucking homo-ass queerosexuals.
Yes.
Yeah, like, be more like your ancestors, French.
Scene. Some protesters next to Charlie had drawn the attention of the police.
Oh, Charlie's going to jail.
Charlie had only been here to observe, but the line between observing and participating was too easy to cross.
Uh-oh. Does Charlie die now?
Shit. They just admitted to wrong thing.
No.
You are
anti-immigration is racism? That's what they say.
Charlie thought about all the difficult choices they had needed to make in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Some of their choices had led to changes in friendship, and Charlie was feeling low, as they weren't sure if they had made the right decisions.
Immigrant.
The teacher had noticed this and decided to reach out.
What does this bitch want?
The teacher's not going to reach out to the disenfranchised white guy. She's going to be glad he's disenfranchised because he's a white guy.
That's the problem, okay? No one reaches out to the disenfranchised white guy. Okay, that's what we're like, oh, wow, disenfranchised white guys tend to, like, commit mass violence because no one gives a shit about the disenfranchised white guy. They see him looking nervous and sweaty and like going like, oh, I might have clicked on a video. Everyone thinks that I think the wrong way. It was like there's no cure.
Final frame of this video is him searching Amazon for trench coats.
The teacher sat with them and talked openly and frankly about the ideology that Charlie had discovered.
And now what?
The teacher reassured that Charlie had made the right decisions.
They literally are above 18. They don't call high school college in the UK.
He's
Do
not
they?
Doogie Howser. Okay.
Do they? Hold on.
I would love if the true ending is that Charlie moves to America and votes for Trump in 2024. That would make this the most based.
No, I just looked it up. No, the UK does not generally call high school college. They call it secondary school, while college usually refers to the optional post-16 education, sixth form college. So yes, no, the let's see, college ages 16 to 18 is optional. So okay, hold on. What is the age of adulthood in the UK? Legal age of adulthood is a majority 18. So, what do you say?
It's written in Farsi. The response.
Can consent. 16 can consent to sexual activity, get married, parental consent, or without in Scotland. Join the armed forces with consent. Drive a moped. 17 can get a full driver's license for a car.
So it's similar.
So yeah, it's not too terribly different from America. The point is, he's sitting in a setting. He should be being treated like a fucking adult. Like if they want to make the distinction he's a child, then talk about him as a child. 16 can drink beer. More shit talking in the UK, fun times. Yeah, 18 is an adult here. At the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. They're using the term college. They're using it incorrectly. They're presenting this as if he was like the age where he would be out on his own doing, what we refer to as college in the UK. It's irrelevant. The point is, this is fucking gay and retarded.
Yes.
Just like the UK.
Charlie realised that if they had chosen to engage with these harmful ideas, the consequences would have been very different.
Okay,
Wait, am I the good
also,
guy?
pause this. If a liberal professor sat down and this guy admitted all this stuff, she would have encouraged him to either like turn himself in,
or she would have just turned him in himself,
or just flat out like kill himself, because like that's the left is like Sith. Like they only think in absolutes.
Let's say he is 16, right? Let's say that whoever was dumbass arguments in the comments were right. He's 16 years old. They would encourage a really, 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 really late term abortion for him. Like,
yes. Yeah, it's like,
Click to find out.
Obi-Wan, like, you have done that to yourself.
Right.
What support Charlie could have received if they had chosen to engage with harmful ideologies. Okay?
What harmful ideologies, though?
Charlie accepted they may need support.
Uh-huh.
Charlie's teacher made a prevent referral, and they were
then
able
she
to provide
raped him.
tailored support for Charlie.
Oh, he got a referral.
They were literally able to send him to a re-education facility.
Look who's running the fucking workshop. It's not even that it's a woman of color in wireframe glasses. It's the fact that she's wearing suspenders.
And has no titties. Like, yeah. Yeah, bro. This is literally promoting re-education camps.
Yep.
This is incredible.
I can already tell you her name is Sky.
Them learn how to engage positively
He's being re-educated.
with ideology and the differences between right and wrong in expressing political beliefs.
Yes, of course. There's right political beliefs and wrong political beliefs.
They began a workshop that helped Charlie
And
receive
there's my favorite, which are alt-right political beliefs.
Yeah.
to help them ideology.
Wait. His therapist is also brown.
Oh, of course.
The white guy has to be re-educated by all the brown people.
Yeah, that's the difference. They hug you in the gulag now, apparently.
The differences between and they felt much better.
It's a little bit back and forth, right? Okay, yeah, he got re-educated. Here, I'll say it again. I'll have it do it again.
Charlie received counselling to help them process the other events in their life.
Wait, he had to go to counseling?
And he felt much better for it.
Because he liked the YouTube video, he had to go to counseling? What? Congratulations.
Asmongold is sitting here realizing that he's the cause of all this, that Charlie was an Asmongold viewer. He's like, no, I sent him to the gulag. Fuck. I'm sorry, Charlie. I didn't mean it when I said I hated brown people and wanted to see Iran, blow up the rest of the Middle East. Like,
Somaliland 2026.
And completing all the scenarios. Let's explore the consequences of your character's choices and see what lies ahead.
It was decided that Charlie was at borderline risk of radicalization, given their proximity to it.
Yeah? And then what?
Charlie engaged in various activities through Prevent,
such
as family counselling
Thank God,
sessions,
yes.
which helped address
He's
some of
safe.
the issues at the heart of being influenced by harmful ideologies.
Yes, of course. Harmful ideologies.
They started taking up new skills and hobbies, and made new friends.
Uh-huh.
They started taking up...
Bullshit. Ain't no black woman lead singer, fucking ambiguously racial drummer gonna let a white dude play lead guitar in a band.
Yeah.
I mean, you're as you introduce yourself so often, a Detroit-based musician. Now, I don't know how many of you guys in the chat know a lot about Detroit or not, but it's quite a dark area, no matter what time of the day it is. How often do you see demographical makeup of bands like this in your local scene?
Two that I can think of offhand, and they're usually playing not at bars or places that play music. It's usually art galleries.
I would say it's like street performing and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I actually one time they had a similar setup, and the lead singer was deaf, and they would like clap and stomp the yard and like crump, and then the deaf guy, which granted got a like rousing applause, but the deaf guy walked up and went, "I'm a new children in our future, treat them well and let them pave the way," and there was not a dry eye in the house, but that was because it was filled with hipsters, and I was sitting there going like,
fine young cannibal if you are not.
Yeah, I was like, I just gave you guys like an hour-long show, and like you're letting this deaf guy. All right, the deaf guy stole my thunder. All right, I'm just saying, okay, but he was not on key the entire time. It's not his fault, but it's the fault of the crowd
for making him believe, filling his head with stupid dreams.
I was led to believe that the shit floats when the shit did not float, because I was the shit that night. But the deaf guy saying, "I believe the children are our future," wasn't even a charity thing. It was fucking weird. Okay. Also, the drummer, which I don't know why you would do like this a cappella bullshit when you have a deaf guy fronting the whole thing, but they didn't play like traditional drums. They hit like wooden boxes and like pots and pans and things, anything to make yourself like off the beaten track. I fucking hated that gig. That was fucking terrible. But yes, they exist. But that's the best part. That's the kicker. We didn't get paid for that gig, but if you do things for monetary reasons, you could leave out a bucket if you so desired. So I looked at the hipster bitch who was running the whole thing. I was like, "So I should put out a bucket?" She's like, "Yeah, if you want to like get paid." And I was like, "So a bucket then."
It sounds like you need to get this off your chest for a while.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I thought it was funny. I was having a good time.
Detroit communists are
they're a different kind of communist.
And made new friends.
Yeah.
They also started receiving extra support at college to ensure they had someone to talk to openly about ideological thoughts.
But I thought they couldn't think about it. Now let's dive into a video that explains the Prevent process. This will provide crucial details and advice applicable to real life. Okay, great.
What is Prevent? Prevent is a referral program operated by the Home Office in partnership with local services. It was set up in 2003 as part of legislation responding to the 9/11 terror attack in the USA.
Wait. You set up a preventative organization. Let me play that back and make sure I heard this right. Hold on.
Partnership with local services. It was set up in 2003 as part of legislation responding to the 9/11 terror attack in the USA. The overarching aim of Prevent is to stop violent extremism from happening within our communities.
So you
Okay.
set up, hold on, Sammy, you set up an anti-extremist group because an extremist group of Muslims, paid for by the USA that they allowed to happen because Bush did 9/11, they fucking terrorized American soil. So you set up a preventative group so that, assuming it doesn't happen to you, while you are letting Muslim grooming gangs run, rule, and ruin your nation, and again, 9 to 12-year-old girls.
Okay, I have a multi-point.
Sorry, go on, Sammy.
Okay, one, when 9/11 happened, the UK had my favorite headline about 9/11. All they showed was the one of the planes hitting one of the towers, and the headline was just bastards. That was that. Like, that's how far the BBC has fallen. Journalism in, you know, it was like, that's all they had to say. You know what I mean? That encompasses the entire event in one thing: bastards. Now, look at this fucking panel right here. This will tell you everything you need to know about politics and while they're failing. You have angry woman in wired glasses. You have a guy who might not be Little Platoon, looking angry. You have hijab lady. You have unaffected.
No. Let's focus on her for a moment, because they said that this was set up in 2003 to identify, you know, extremists and whatnot. In 2003, this would have been who they were watching out for, was hijab lady.
Absolutely. No, it's like my favorite Robin Williams joke where he's going through, we're just gonna have a random list, haven't been seen, not been fucking, or it's totally random. No, but yeah, then you have unapologetic, angry fucking boomer who's still trying to be a part of things with his fucking gut hanging out. You have educated black lady right there, but in the middle you have millennial Generation Z fucking angry fucking cunt with her hair in a bun, standing in the forefront telling everybody what is the right thing to do. And you know what? The
right thing to do is the left thing, according to them.
Yeah,
mind you.
Yeah, if it ain't left, they ain't gonna do it. But it is. Look at her. Look, everybody else is kind of like hanging out besides old boomer who also wants to be like, hey, I still matter. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's Piers Morgan. This is Piers Morgan.
Yeah, that is 100. Yeah, that's Piers Morgan. But look, she has a look of vigilance on her face, like, I'm gonna destroy the planet, whether you fucking like it or not. And if you don't like it, you're a fucking Nazi. If you're uncomfortable,
let's all get together, go to the Louvre, and throw paint on the Mona Lisa.
Yeah. I'm gonna block traffic. I don't care if your kid's in the hospital.
Hitler would have been a hipster if alive today. Had to do this to his name to get it through. That's fucking hilarious. You had to put Shitler with the fun, like we're playing a game of Hangman. Yeah, no, I will absolutely say Hitler. And yeah, Hitler would have been a hipster. Absolutely. Shout out Butterframe to Gold. Truly appreciate you, my man. This for
y'all can clip me all you want. I think Alyssa McConaughey has a nice ass, but I guarantee you she doesn't shave her armpits. So I'm good.
Gross.
He's like, yes, I'm listening to a lot of things that are going on in Berlin right now. I don't know.
Yeah, dude was a vegetarian. Maybe if he'd eaten more meat, World War II would have ended differently.
Prevent works on the basis that any ideology can be harmful, and therefore anyone can be at risk of becoming radicalized.
Oh, pause it again.
The program seeks to identify cases of...
I love because they all like had the problem. I love how the boomer is like, shit costs more, as if he isn't like the person.
The reason that shit costs more. Yeah.
No one's innocent
before any violent acts are committed.
That's right.
And it does so by addressing difficulties vulnerable individuals may be experiencing and helping them overcome it.
Right.
Why is Prevent important?
Why is it important?
Prevent is an important part of the UK's counter-terrorism strategy because it seeks to tackle extremist behaviour.
I thought the terrorism
also,
came.
they
Never
got it
mind.
right.
What?
Look who's got the gun.
I didn't even notice that.
After an attack.
Because at 9/11,
it acknowledges that underlying issues and vulnerabilities play a role in extreme ideas and behaviours, and wants to reduce the effects that push someone into extremism.
Guys,
it's important because Prevent doesn't seek to punish people who have fallen victim to radicalisation. It aims to reduce the risk of violence and enable vulnerable people to live a life without hate or violence.
Yeah.
Who does Prevent support?
The government.
Though it is rare, Prevent understands that any ideology has the potential to harm others if the right conditions are met. Prevent does not target any specific demographic, community, or ideology.
It sure seems like it does.
Unless you're a white male Christian, by the way. Unless you're a white male Christian, you might be kind of targeted, like just a little bit. Not a lot of targeting, just a little bit of targeting.
Is available to anyone who may be
white
motivated.
He's got a big old cross around his neck now.
By this white guy, he's fine. He's in a wheelchair, so he's he's not gonna be part of the target. He's obviously he can't be a Christian because he's wondering if God loved all people, why would he put me in a wheelchair? What?
The able-bodied one has a big old
cross. The able-bodied one, he's the target. Yeah, this guy is the target. We got Hayao Miyazaki here. They're not gonna target him because he's Asian.
By an ideology to behave in an extreme manner.
Oh, really?
This means that anyone
why are they all one
to
example?
Prevent to receive their support.
Oh, well, so wheelchair guy, where he came from, so he wasn't originally in a wheelchair. He went to a No Kings rally, and all the racists got together and they broke his legs because he was a white guy supporting black people. And so like now that's why he's disabled now. He wasn't always in a wheelchair. He wasn't born like that.
What is the process and how does Prevent work?
Do they
Prevent will only come into contact
there
with
hammers
someone
involved?
if they receive a referral, either from them directly or from someone who has concern.
By the way, guys, this is not a male police officer. This is actually a female police officer who's a lesbian. And if you happen to be retarded and call her a lesbian because your aunt is a lesbian and that's the connection you make because again you're autistic, you will actually get physically abused and beaten wrongfully by the police. I want to make that clear to everybody.
Referrals can come from a variety of places, such as parents,
so you can
other
report
family
people.
members or friends, teachers, and health or social workers.
Yeah.
Anyone can make a referral
that's good.
if they have concerns about radicalization. The referral asks the person filling the form to include details about the individual's behavior, beliefs, and other contextual factors that might make them vulnerable.
You get to
The
report them.
referral is then reviewed by a panel of experts from different fields to discuss if the person is at risk or not.
So then they just
And what kind
of course,
support
makes
would
sense.
be most appropriate.
Yeah.
Most
I love they're basically right here just blatantly pointing out we have a government organized and funded department for snitching on your fellow patriots, fellow countrymen, neighbors, friends, and family. But we're nothing like the Nazis. We're the good guys, in fact, and we're going to be open and on mainstream about how we are using the exact same tactics as the Nazis, but the other people are the Nazis.
All right. Well, I mean, that parallels like with George Soros. There's a quote from him. You know how George Soros like survived the Holocaust, right?
No, I actually don't.
Well,
wait, are you saying like literally how he did, or do I know that? Because I know he did, but if you're saying like there's a story behind how,
no, there's a story behind it.
Okay.
So one of the things he did is he reported his neighbors.
Oh, I'm not shocked by that in the slightest. Yeah.
Yeah, but he also describes being a young Jew while people were trying to hide the fact that they were Jews. There was a special like category word for like what that was, but he would report other Jews, and he basically went on record saying like that was the best time of his life. Like I wish I was kidding, but like this is the guy who's funding like fucking everything and basically saying like, yeah, I remember the Holocaust. Like, dude, when my neighbors would like try to like hide in the attics and shit, like I found them.
And people wonder why Nick Fuentes is getting so much like notoriety nowadays.
Right?
Referrals
They go
are
to
not
the
followed up by
Guantanamo
Prevent
Bay?
if support from other organisations
Go to
is more
jail for having
appropriate.
these opinions?
On the occasions where Prevent does take on a referral, the information is passed to
It's
channel.
actually kind of, now that I think about it though, were I Soros, I would have done the same thing. Because like, if the Jews run the world, like the Jews control the world, they control the money. You've got to eliminate as much competition as possible because you want to be the one in control. So like, that's all it was. He was basically like Sam Walton, but for Jews.
Yeah,
Like,
he did. He played. He
and
played
it's
the
actually
numbers
really
game.
good business. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm on Soros' side now.
Yeah,
What's
he's the perfect Jew.
Channels
He
are the
outjewed the
specialists
rest
in
of the
supplying
Jews.
support that is specific to radicalisation
Oh.
and ideologies.
Oh, okay.
They work with the individual to reduce the risk of harm to that person and wider society.
How do you read this gets
They
wider
take a
society?
I love how they had
multi-agency
like
approach
an
to providing
Ewok.
support
Wait, what?
Go back. They had like an
wider
Ewok.
society.
How do you read this gets
They
wider
take a
society?
multi-the risk
Talking
of
about
harm.
right here?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. It does look like Wicked. I was so confused. My
to that
bad.
person and wider society.
How do you read this gets
They
wider
take a
society?
multi-agency approach to providing support, so support could involve mentors, interactions with people who left harmful ideologies, family support, financial and
This
housing
is
support,
bullshit. They're
counselling
acting like
or
if
therapy
you get
sessions,
convicted of wrong
religious
thing, they
support,
want to
and
help
more.
you. No.
Receiving
They
support from
advocate to
Prevent
kill
or
you.
Channel does not appear on a criminal record. Any involvement is always confidential and
You just
voluntary.
walk
For
away
now.
with your purple pants. and it's
Involvement
gonna
with
be all
Prevent
fine.
Video
seeks to
games.
lead
Involvement with Prevent seeks to lead people away from behaviors that are against the law before they engage. Yes, the wrong think laws. Like,
By the way, Charlie's gooning right now. Like,
gooning really, but he's inclusive, so he's gooning to a black disabled man.
it's like my
black
favorite line in
disabled trans
Anchorman
man.
2. It was like, there was a hole in the wall, and I would look at all the girls. I didn't care what color they were.
people away from behaviors that are against the law before they engage.
Oh no!
It is designed not only to keep communities safe and peaceful, but to enable the
How are they gonna drag my boy Wyron Bly into this video?
No.
individual at risk to live a fulfilling life.
I do
without
love
the risk
that
of fines,
the celebrity. There's the kid from the Burger King crew, the blonde kid who had
This one right here?
Yeah, that guy.
Actually, this could be a Captain Planet reboot if we
I
just
was
got rid
gonna
of one of
say.
the white guys. If we got rid of one of the white guys, this could be a Captain Planet reboot.
arrests
Earth.
or prison
Yeah.
sentences,
Fire.
which may arise from extreme behaviors.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, where
Wow.
the fuck did Amelia goes? Amelia,
Thank God.
prison?
You know, Amelia joined the
What does it
clan.
show? To prevent, is this to safeguard us from the threat of extremism and radicalization before violence takes place? Prevent involves lots of organizations such as schools, healthcare practitioners, and police to help people get support if they're considering extreme beliefs or behaviors. Well, here's the thing, right? Is that how is it that it's for every ideology, but only one ideology is being shown? How about that? That's a little bit interesting, isn't it? Oh my God. Jesus. Wow. I wonder why. Support equals you're going to jail. Isn't that so weird? And you have to, the beginning of it is
Oh,
you reported
there's
by like your
Amelia.
parents or your friends into this. Oh my God. And they're using they instead of he. Oh, wow.
Hold on, there's Amelia, and wouldn't
Yeah,
you know
back
it,
and-
Yeah,
she's
Amelia's
got a
right
father
here.
figure
Yes,
next
she
to
made
her.
it out. She also went to Prevent and got de-radicalized, and now she only dates black men.
Pick the
Yeah,
cup
no,
dancers.
she's fine because there's a father figure between her and Charlie.
It's targeting.
Yeah, but what she hasn't told Charlie is that this is actually her secret lesbian lover.
Oh.
White males,
so
and they
they'll
still have to make
blocking
Charlie
traffic.
non-binary. Yeah, true. And who made this game? Oh, I don't know,
done
but definitely
hiding
not
on the
anybody that
pilot.
cares about free speech or free expression. I'll certainly tell you that. George Orwell made the game. Charlie was sent to jail for asking too many questions. Charlie had harmful opinions. Charlie had to die. We had to kill Charlie. Charlie believed that immigration wasn't our best advantage. Charlie died. Mute the audio. It's terrible. Is it really? I had no idea. And anyway, I'm going to take a break and chill out. But I figured I would at least, do that. I forgot all about this, but I'm glad I did it myself. It's funny, and I'll be back on tomorrow and do the same usual shit I usually do. And Prevent is worldwide, by the way. Oh God, they died. Oh, you're right. SS, yeah, the SS had to take Charlie had to go to a special camp. Charlie was never seen from again.
R.I.P. Charlie.
Oh man.
And there it is, folks. That was learning with Leon and Sammy. That was your introduction into radicalization and de-radicalization. And if you saw this, do me a favor. I'm going to be doing it after this is over. And I encourage all of you to do it as well, especially if you have an X account. Tweet at the British Parliament and at Keir Starmer and at the BBC, and just make sure you call them all gay and retarded. Let's just brigade them with accusations of being gay and retarded, because they can't arrest all of us. Especially those of us who are in America, the only country that actually fucking matters. Including Israel. They don't matter either. So I think with this, we got to wrap it up. We're supposed to be on next stream 20 minutes ago, but come on, we couldn't not finish this. So we're going to get out of here. Sammy, tell people who you are, what you do, the whole nine.
I'm Sammy 3Pete. I'm a Detroit-based musician. I'm in a band called Staggerly. But otherwise, I make videos. I have a new show that's going to be coming out on Wednesdays. That's where I let the chat guide me down rabbit holes. I'm on a search for lore, whether that be real
quick,
lore.
guys. By the way, don't leave though. We are going to raid right into Nick. Nick, Masculine Monday is recovering. The masculinity.
You're gonna invade Nick.
Yeah, we're gonna invade Nick the same way these Muslims invaded the UK. And we're covering the masculinity behind the movie Secondhand Lions, which I had never seen until today, and it was
dude, it's fantastic.
So yeah, it was a very good movie. So don't go anywhere. Let's do the raid for Nick, and then I'll be on there, and we can be talking some masculine movies. So,
Also, all platforms, follow me. You guys know who the fuck I am. Just fucking I'm at 419. Let's get me to 500 before I go to
500, baby. And then as for me, I am like 49 away from hitting 9K. This will be, I want to get to 10K by the end of the first quarter. If you're new here, if you haven't liked, subscribed the whole nine, do your boy a solid. Hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be jumping on Nick's stream immediately after this. Then we're going to be on Moxie's stream tomorrow. We got Tinfoil Haters. Cindy should be back by that point. I got some ideas for what we're doing tomorrow. I'm going to run them by Sammy a little bit later tonight. I think we got an interesting little potential topic for tomorrow. Beyond that, videos and streams every day. If you've not checked out today's video, it is the video that I am I love all my videos. I'm proud of all my videos, but when you record a video, maybe you don't know if you record. If you're not a content creator, you don't know this feeling. But every now and again, you record a video, and it just fucking hits you. You're like, damn, I love this. That was me with the video I made last night that came out today. So if you guys haven't seen today's video, I would truly request you check it out. It is some work that I'm damn proud of. So, all right, we're going to set up the raid right now. We're going to raid hard into Nick. And while we're doing that, I would be remiss if I didn't say, I would be a terribly ingracious host if I did not say thank you to everybody that donated. I have the greatest job in the world, and I only have that job because of you guys. So thank you so much. It is truly appreciated. We're ending the show now. Say Vital Idol Raid in Nick's chat. And until next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere, and this has been Words of Paradise.